Ahoy, crypto pirates! Welcome to your Discord Syndicate's FN Hangout. It is Friday night, the week is over, and now we get to talk crypto, have fun, and be absolutely ridiculous Hexicans, like always on a FN Hangout. Friday night, this is your night. You get to come in, you get to do your thing. It is all up to you. Click the button. I think we've got the, let me put the invite inside. I don't know if it all went out like it usually does, because tonight I had father-son jousting night at the school. They had jousters and knights and sword fights and maces and battle axes. It was really freaking cool. So I got in a little late here to get things started, but here we are. It's time for the Friday Night Hangout. Let's say hello to everybody. Chat room, see who's partying with us tonight. Mr. Kelleher Jr., evening captain. What treasures are you pulling out of the chest for tonight? Hey, been out on streams all week, hanging out with Hexicans and yucking it up. It's been really cool, talking about some cool stuff. Let's see who else we got in here. Alien Hexican, Belf Tony, what's up? DMT. Oh boy, we've got some folks coming in already. UFO 42. Is it your birthday, UFO? If it is, happy birthday. Sandy Beach, milady. Welcome. Good to have you. I saw you in the other stream I was in the other night or yesterday. Doorsy 78. Jerry Oaksmith. Just walked indoors thinking, wonder what time is discourse. Yes, it is always on Friday night at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Boom, baby. ID. Look, it looks like he's actually hanging out with us tonight, so that's cool. What else do we got here? A lot of the same. We got a little small crowd tonight so far. 28 people. Let's see if we can get this thing pumped up. Maybe we got to go out and share it on the Twitters. Thoschild, what's up? He's coming in too. Always loved having some Thoschild here. He's probably going to have something to say to me for some of the streams I did this week. I'm expecting it. What do gay pirates like doing? I don't know. You want me to hit me up in the DMs? Let's see who else. Hexander, welcome. Can we get a BS shirt update while waiting? I think the updates are done. Kinetics will come in and talk to you about what we're really doing with them. I think he could talk about that. Oh boy. Row 4, we've been rugged. No, you haven't been rugged. It's all going, everything. I didn't start the broadcast. I started the timer, and luckily my right-hand man is here, and he started it, fired it up while I was stuffing my face with a sandwich real quick. Gen Hex, Alien Hexican, whatever he's selling, I ain't buying. Me? You already bought it. You're sitting here, right? PVM Crypto. What's up, Hexican? Favorite Halloween candy? Anything shaped like a hexagon or sweethearts? Yeah, I'm not a big guy on the candy stuff. Let's see who else. RG3 is yelling at mom, "Where are my pirate guns?" Yes, I was. Well, she was yelling at me. Yeah, I was in trouble jumping in on the stream right after I got done with daddy duties. Ahoy, Carmen, Insider. Insider. Tarnwig, what's up with you, dude? And yes, I am here. Everything is going. Welcome, everybody. What an amazing week it was, and absolutely nothing happened. And we are still waiting, like always. So without further ado, let's bring up the gang. My right-hand man, Mr. KNTX, working hard, hardest working guy in this stream right now. Let's just say that. Oh, you're muted. Hold on. Oh. There you are. You're not muted.
You muted me. Why would you mute me?
Well, I always mute everything before I start the deal. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I feel violated over here.
What happened
like
to Thoughts?
You touched me in all the wrong spots, and I'm hurt now. So I'm going to show you on the chart where you hurt me.
Show me on the chart where you were hurt.
Where it hurt you. Yeah. Yeah. No, you work freaking hard, bro. I mean, too bad it's not on more of these things. I know you still got a day job, but but you still do a lot of work here in the community, and you have a day job. So
just to update on the day job. So everyone's like, why do you still work? Why do you still work, RG? So just a quick update to everybody why I still work, and you'll see some of it in the film. We'll kind of go over it, but I was given like my dream job. For those of you who know, I was a millwright for close to 30 years. Moved machinery basically. I pick things up and put them down. Millwright sounds really technical and cool, but it's not. I just pick things up and put them down. Heavy things, of course. But I left the field and somebody gave me the opportunity to actually run a whole division and fire the whole thing up and hire all the people and buy the equipment and set up, across all of California and all that good stuff. So I really appreciated somebody taking me in and letting me do that. And so with my hex gains, I really don't have to work, nor do my children or my grandchildren or my grandchildren's children. To whom much is given, much is expected. Like I always say to you guys, I think that's actually a Bible verse. I'm not one to quote the Bible, but I figured that in order for me to sleep with my head on my pillow at night and know that I had finished everything that I had done properly, I had to help these guys finish building this division out. So I stayed, and I've been on for this last year, and I am getting ready for my retirement, and that's going to come in January. So today I actually sat down. Today was the first day with my replacement. Yeah.
Finally found the right guy, huh? You guys only had to go through like 30 people to find someone that might be capable of taking over.
Oh, well, they would put up with me for a few months of me showing them what to do. I think that's what it was more like. But yeah, so I got to sit down with him today for the first time, and we did some work, and that was cool knowing that. It was kind of like bittersweet. It's kind of like, oh, this is the guy replacing me, but this is the guy replacing me. So felt good. So that's happening. And hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be able to hand it all over to him, and RG can sail off into the sunset on his pirate ship and just do nothing but crypto for you guys.
We need you. We need more of you.
Thank you.
I'm excited.
I appreciate that.
I'm excited for that opportunity. I know it's a long time coming. I'm just trying to be patient, trying not to push you out too quick. So
spread myself all over the crypto space. Lots of RG everywhere. Spread all over.
Like a smear.
Lots of smeared RG3 out in the crypto space. Smeared all over you.
That's right.
And, I am.
These people don't even know it's coming yet.
Yeah.
All kinds of taint juice on the captain's chair. So.
Oh, why did you have to? You're going to get in trouble for that one again. You're not.
Hey, Sandy Beach brought it up. I was just reading comments. That's all.
Oh boy. So the stream I did the other night, there was a little Twitter controversy today from that. I was streaming with Jesse from those guys over there, right? And he came at me like today on Twitter saying, oh, that they didn't. I said something on the show. I said, hey, all this ETH merge was just to front run Richard. They just saw it was coming, so they had to do something. And if anybody didn't see that, I mean, then you weren't watching, because what was it? Not even a year ago, Vitalik said, no, 6 years, guys. It's going to be 6 years before we're ready.
It was earlier this year.
It wasn't that long ago. And it was like they weren't ready for anything. Then all of a sudden, PulseChain's ready to go. And they were, and Jesse was like, oh yeah, they're like Richard who. The devs are
they
like
didn't
Richard
even
who.
know. Yeah, they know. They're very much.
They know. They're very aware of what's going on. Everyone in the whole crypto space is aware of what Hex has done, what PulseChain is going to do. People are on the test net. Believe me, they're all on the test net. They're watching this, and I guarantee they're watching this. This is not, this is not Ethereum doesn't know who the hell Richard is. Come on, give me a break. Everybody in crypto knows who Richard is, because they all hate him.
Yep.
And so, but he's eating their lunch and stealing their girlfriends and their bikes. So I get it. There's lots of bitterness out there, but
that's all right.
The captain was right. The captain's always been right. I've always been right.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. He made a comment about ETHW and ETHFair. Didn't even know who the Hexicans were until That's not true either. They knew, and when we gave them more engagement than any other community, they were like, yeah, come use our new chain. Absolutely. So that's fine.
Yeah. But I had a lot of fun with Jesse on a stream. It was a great interview.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. So I'm just poking fun at you, Jesse, for the Twitter rant, I guess. I don't know. It looked like a little poke, but no offense taken. But I'm right. You're not.
That's funny.
Oh man. So let's we got one guy in here.
Well, I'll answer Hexander. I didn't see his comment. I was looking for it, but after one of the guys that manages a lot of the stuff behind the scenes, T-Rob, Mr. T-Rob himself, he does a lot for this community, and you guys don't even know it. He does a lot for DS. And once he's going to come out to rural Colorado here and go hunting at the end of October, and he'll take the shirts back with him, and then they'll officially be on the site to be sold. We're revamping the site because we're focusing mostly on the boxing gear. So we got boxing and kickboxing going on, and we're making all of the t-shirts for all of it. Yep.
Of all the things, man, that is the best looking gear out there. I love the boxing gear. It's freaking.
We got an awesome designer. Our designer is second to none, but it being printed on a little higher quality stuff makes all the difference in the world. The Bella Canvas t-shirts aren't bad for like the first 5 washes, and then it gets crap. So yeah, I mean, it's no Armani exchange, but the fabric's actually better than most of the quality of what Armani does. I will say so myself, but
no,
that ain't.
It's in white. It's not washed off. It's in white. If you can't. It's multicolored.
So, just giving you guys a heads up on the t-shirts, but it'll be all coordinated. The new site will be launched. I don't know which I picked up hexfights.com. I was surprised I was able to pick that domain up. So
nice. You better keep that one because we're going to need to use it a lot because there's lots of hex fights going on all the time.
Absolutely. So I mean, this will be our 4th one. Oh yeah. Actually, I've got I got a bunch of them. I got the .org, the .info, hex fights, all the.
Yeah, I want to throw a shout out and a thank you to somebody real quick. Not to change the subject, but to change.
Hey, real quick, thanks, Mango Junkie, new member. We appreciate your membership, brother.
Yo, members coming in. Melf Tony, I just want to thank you for dropping the price all the time on us. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate it. I notice it and I appreciate it. I don't say it all the time, but thanks, Melf Tony. You're the man. Nice having you in there doing that.
Yep.
All right. Oh,
we do have, before we bring everybody up, I have some really cool news. We haven't started. I dropped this on the HISPA Hex community earlier today. They're the first ones to hear it. I'm going to drop it on you guys next Friday night. A week from tonight, Kyler Kaufman has gotten permission from his producers to allow you Hexicans to watch his new short movie or short film, Geo, for free, start to finish. And then we're going to have an AMA, a quick Q&A afterwards that he's going to be on here with us. So we're going to leave the stream up for 24 hours to give Hexicans the opportunity to watch it. We want to get as many watches as possible. And the reason why we want to do so is to show his producers that the Hexicans can support it and do deserve a credit in that movie, just so you guys know. Hey,
Kyler, I'm sorry, bro. I'm glad Kinetics picked up the ball and got it running. I was trying to get it scheduled, and I just dropped the ball on it. I'm sorry, bro. But good thing we have Kinetics around.
I'm here working every day, so I'm okay if you guys if the captain is busy, and I know he is, you guys can always drop things in my lap here for DS, and I'll get it to the right part of the back end crew to make sure that they make thumbnails and get all the promo stuff ready and everything, and then we'll start pumping it here. We'll advertise it. So yeah, don't miss next week, next Friday. We are going to be watching the film. It's a 24-minute film. We're going to watch it from start to finish. They may do a full-length feature film if it gets picked up after that. So we're pretty excited to see where that goes. So same time as always, 7 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on this channel Friday night. So what is a week from now? So that's what, October 6th, October 7th. So October 7th. So make sure you guys are there. So we appreciate you guys. We're really excited about that. I do have another thing. You guys have probably seen me pretty active today on Twitter. I'm not usually active on Twitter, but I'm working with the Hex postcard guys. We've got like 5 like very, very obvious tweets from Richard about, guys, learn direct mailers. You can't be censored for direct mailing. I think the direct mailing it was something that me and Captain were going to do. And then Togosh picked up the ball. This was what, 6-7 months ago. Togosh picked up the ball and started running with it. And they one in the community owns a print shop. And we're like, hey, why would we take that on when these guys are already doing the hard work? They're already prepared to do it. So I just want to give some credence. All of you streamers out there that are watching, make sure you guys get everybody on board with the Hex postcards. So hexpostcards.com. It's funny because someone's like, we're done with the sacrifice, and it's a play on word. It's just a donation. It's not an actual sacrifice, guys. But if you guys want more economic energy coming into this community, Hex postcards, guys, go give those guys love, give them support. They've sent almost 400,000 postcards out already to some of the highest net worth zip codes in parts of Europe and most of America, and there's still a bunch more. So, guys, go support those guys as well.
Cool. So now I'm going to do something I'm going to get in a big ass trouble for. Big trouble. So Kinetics can't talk about it and won't talk about it. But the trailer is out, guys. Now, the trailer
for the highest of stakes.
For the highest of stakes and the trailer is fire. Absolute fire. And I am going to play it right now.
Oh, what?
I knew you were going to do that. Just kidding.
No. Woo, we have a whole PR campaign planned out and everything. I was like, no, don't do it, dude. Like, you're going to ruin everything. Oh,
I'm not going to play it. I was just kidding. I wanted to see your panties.
I just had a heart attack
up into yours.
Oh, can someone call 911? Oh, my right arm is hurting. Oh,
so we were specifically told by legal, like, we cannot release it. We can't let anybody see it. It's, it's very, very private. And but it's really good, really good.
Oh.
Hopefully coming out real soon because they're gonna fix the sound on it, and then it's gonna launch.
Oh yeah, they haven't even scored it yet, and it's so powerful without even the official score. Yeah.
Without it. So anyway, sorry guys for the tease, but all right, let's bring them up. The team is in the house. What is happening? ID. Welcome. An empty Thothschild.
Freshly clean,
room.
Bro. Clean shaven. Like, so you. Fresh and so clean.
You're really turning over a new leaf, aren't you? And we got Liberty, of course, my man. How you doing, bud? Homeboy. And Gen Hex, what's up, dude? Look at you. Look at the flow going on back there. And everybody, our favorite goat, baby pregnant goat. Brissology. Hey. What's up?
What's up, Briss?
Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
Good.
Hey, play the trailer. Quit gatekeeping us.
All right, hold on a second.
No! I will end this broadcast right now.
Oh, man.
Can't talk about it. Can't show it. All the I can't talk about it awards behind Kinetics.
No, yeah. Well, you want to know what those are? Those are sales awards, my friend. Those are all the blue ones, all these summit ones. Those were all trips to tropical paradise places for sales trips, for winning top salesperson in certain brackets in certain regions. And all the other ones are top performance in certain different areas and different years. So I used to actually do work in the real work back in the days.
Oh, Gen Hex is you're muted, bro.
Well, I hope you can sell the crap out of that movie.
You know what? I don't know if I'd be very helpful in that regard in this industry because I just don't know enough about it, quite honestly. But I'd love to be a fly on the wall in some of these discussions that I haven't been able to be part of yet. So maybe that'll change soon because I'd like to learn more about the business. We got some new opportunities with some new films that are coming out, especially made by Hexicans and like professionally done.
Oh, look
so
here.
this is a great question, by the way.
What's up, Captain KNTX? Big fan. We got a big fan. 19
There's
years
one
old.
of you out there. Thank you.
We've got this is number 2 of the 3 fans that we have. 19 years old and was fortunate enough to get into the PulseChain and PulseX sacrifice. What's some advice you have for a youngster like myself? Appreciate it, Cap. Hey, check this out. I got no advice for you because you have already done what you're supposed to do, and congratulations. At 19, you've completed what you need to complete, my friend. So
you know what I would do, because this is not financial advice, but what I would do in your position, what I didn't see in there, if it was me personally, the move that I would make, that'd be accumulating more hex on this chain and hoping for it to come out on the other side with Pulse. I have a feeling that's going to happen. No promises from the work of others. Richard Hart does not work for us, but that is one thing that I would do. And I would be willing to sit on my bags for a while, because if I can look at what Hex did, it took about 2 years for us to hit our all-time high. And so I expect there's going to be an immediate down, especially with all the people crying about how long it's taken for PulseChain to come out. There's going to be a lot of dumping at first. So just don't sell your bag for pennies. Let's just put it that way. That's what I'd be looking to do.
Thank you for the $9.99 super sticker, and we miss you. One of these days, like, we haven't seen you on the stream for like what, 2.5 years.
Yeah, right. Dude,
come on,
we
in
love
sometime.
you, brother. We love you, brother.
sometime.
We love all the support that you throw out for Hexo. Thanks for being in his corner always. And it's really cool that you guys are throwing together this trip to Disney World. So right on, brother. Thank you so much for all your support. You've been nothing but like the best example of what a Hexican should be in the support you've given to those here in this community. So thanks for being that guy for us, brother.
So what's up, party people? An empty Child's room.
This is a good point. Hexander says, advice, stay single until 30. Another thing to add on to that is it's yes, you marry for love, but still get the prenup. I don't care what anyone says. Get the prenup, because it keeps everyone honest. That's all I have to say. Because then you know it's for the intent, the correct intent.
Do-gooder.
Yeah.
Do-gooder.
Yeah.
You marry for money.
Right? It's just as easy to fall in love with somebody
though?
who's rich as it is to fall in love with somebody who's poor.
You could fish in that pool, or you can fish in this pool.
It's just easy.
Do you have a prenup?
Me?
No, Kinetics.
No, I don't. No, I lose it all, bro. I'm sticking
That's
to this
why he's
one.
giving that
She doesn't-
advice.
Yeah, that's like she's not going anywhere, whether she thinks so or not. She's not going anywhere.
So, gentlemen, how's everyone's strategies changed in the last 7 days?
I think I'm gonna play around on ETHW and ETH Fair with my free coins and provide liquidity and just see what happens on that side.
That might be a good thing to do, is just provide liquidity. So if it runs up and you run out, no big deal, right?
Yeah, exactly right. So, I mean, I'll make more of one coin. It'll just be the more less valued one. But hey, you know, it was still free anyway, right?
I think you can't go through life living in fear, right? I mean, when Hex started, we didn't know who Richard was. He wore a top hat, you know, he sat on a throne and it said Bitcoin free claim and press the button. We didn't know if our Bitcoin was going to disappear or not. And it worked out for all of us. So, and then the AA lobby, we knew nothing. There was no Uniswap. You couldn't swap your coins. There was no liquidity. You couldn't pull coins out. We just played this game. So it's just another game, and, you know, play smart, play to win, but can't go through life living in fear.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that also goes forward. I mean, the contrary point to that is you still don't want to make stupid moves like Hex down under. He's going all in on Luna, ETHW, and I don't recommend that on any chain personally. But hey, that's I mean, who am I to recommend anything though? This isn't financial advice.
Look, all I'm saying is that if you ain't buying Pulse Dogecoin on Ethereum Fair, you're messing up, people. All right? That's where the gains are. Pulse Dogecoin on Ethereum Fair. All right? Dump all your Hex.
You're gonna get yourself shot.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna get myself unfollowed by Richard.
Yeah, right.
No, it's basically this is the part of your investment portfolio that's throwaway money. So do the appropriate amount of risk, but go for it, right? I mean, how did people become sharks and dolphins and turtles the first time, right? They pressed the button, they went for it, but they did it with the appropriate allocation, right? So
Yep. I like that, X-Kong. How many shrimps you can farm on 3 chains? Oh, please, guys,
All
stay
the
away
shrimp.
from those shrimp farms, man.
Yeah,
I
stay
can't
away
believe
from
we're
those.
even talking about shrimps again.
and
All
our
right.
throwaway money is unlike the throwaway money anywhere in the world, right? I mean, what's a small family in pick a city, right? Calcutta or something. $1,000 could be a whole month, right? Or $100,
Mhm.
right? We don't even know. So figure out what's your throwaway money. What would you do in Vegas or some of you guys would go to Reno, but it's like how much would you throw away in Laughlin or something?
Yeah.
And if they're thinking long term as well, because if they're thinking that at the time that we get the go ahead, let's go, if they're trying to come back, there might not be enough liquidity for everyone. So just try to think long term, because if they're just sending money to try to bring it back at the same time, they're probably going to get 20, 30, 50 percent slippage. So try to stay away from that.
Oh, my party buddy
David
dropping
Morales.
a 5 on it. What a great group of people on screen. I have no idea what is being said. That's why I know where your head's at tonight, buddy. Volume is turned off to not wake up the chicks sobering up in the car.
David Morales, OG.
Mr. Party.
Morales,
Mr.
man,
Party.
OG
that's-
for real.
That's pretty big payday, Morales, right there.
Yeah. All right. This stream is moving entirely too fast, ladies and gentlemen. UFO 42.
Well, guys, it is.
Whoa,
You
is there any
started
way you
off
can
with
adjust your volume? Is there any way it's real?
Too
Your
loud,
gain
too-
is super, super high.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
clipping. Is
Give
it
me
your
a sec.
birthday?
Really loud.
Is it your birthday?
no, it's
No, it
No,
was
it's not.
Jen Hex's birthday, and I was saying
Oh.
happy birthday, girl. And
Happy
someone was like, "Oh, you must mean UFO" in the chat.
Oh.
He said,
okay. Now
I didn't
"There's
see
your
that
birthday,
part
girl,"
right
and I
now,
said,
is
"Whose
it?
birthday?" And it went from there. Sorry.
Am I fine now?
Well, happy birthday, Jen Hex.
Thanks,
And
man.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Not you at UFO, not you.
It was
No,
Wednesday,
I know.
but
I
thanks.
know. It just gain wise, Mike wise, better.
You sound
It's
good.
a lot better. It's a lot better.
Okay, that's nice.
Why are you
Yeah,
2 sentences behind?
My
Yeah,
birthday
your
was on the
your stream
No, it's
is.
just
Did the
moving my
Canary
mouth,
Islands just not
not
have
saying
like?
anything.
You guys still have dial-up
Disturbing.
internet or something? You're like literally like a
Travels by
3-second
Canary.
delay.
No, I got one down, one up.
Canary Islands? Isn't that where
Yeah,
they did all the nuclear
like
testing?
70 milliseconds. Of
Oh, no, it's some
latency.
other
It's
island,
pretty
right?
good.
That's not a picture behind him. It's actually a window. That's from all the
No.
testing they did.
Yeah. And then, well, the thing is, like, what has gone wrong within the last 20 minutes or 30? You started off with nothing is new. Oh, everything is new. Then you got like a day job. I understood day job, so I was like, okay, whatever. And then you were Bible quoting stuff, like, and not Bible quoting stuff, but actually this week in one of the channels that are still going on out there, not so much on Telegram, but lots of them 24/7 on the Twitter Spaces. And we had a good Bible quote on there, which is not that much hex related, but rather date time drop related. And I will do it. Just I tried in Latin. I'm not, and then it's very short. It's due ubera tua sicut due innuli capregemili qui pascunturindiles. And then the English
Is
version.
that real
would be,
Latin?
Watch
Is that
your
like
mouth.
official Latin?
Watch your mouth.
What'd you say about my mama?
And that's the real Bible. And now you get this King James American version. It's your two breasts are like two young roes that are twins which feed among the lilies. And this is just one
Oh,
little
the Song of
part.
Solomon. Yes, good.
You got it.
Good
And
verse. Good chapter.
I still want to know what you were saying
how
about my
much
mama.
Love that
Yeah,
they
the rest
have.
are nice. I like
Well,
And
let's
that's
get
what
back
we're
to what you
talking
called
about
me,
when
bro.
there's nothing going on, but
the
everything.
lotus flower.
Because that's what it's all about, right? So nice to see you guys.
Did you just say sex is all it's really about? Is that what you really
No,
just said?
It was the unoutspoken th with that horrible German accent that I have that sometimes may
It sounded great. I heard breast and lotus. I heard lotus and breast.
sound
And
like
I think your
something
German
like
accent
this.
sounds very German. I think it's really good.
Thank you. Most people Google
Julio
understands
died.
It sounds
Really
genuine, like a real German.
Julio, maybe Coolio died, but not
That's what I'm
Julio.
saying. Julio.
That's nice.
Oh, I'm sure there's a Julio that died probably
He
in the
is
last
in
24 hours.
Gangster's Paradise.
Somewhere in this world.
Julio.
R.I.P.
yeah, where's Doc
Rest
Down
in
Machine?
peace, brother. Rest in peace.
That's why I came on here.
Gentleman Collective.
Be with the pirates, right?
If you guys want a
Are-
good movie recommendation, there's something on Netflix called Eat the Rich, and I saw the first episode. It's pretty good. It's about the GameStop
Oh,
fandangle.
Oh.
It's not like a communist thing or nothing, but it was pretty good. It's about the whole GameStop, and it was the first episode. So
Oh, so
I
it's a
recommend
series?
that one. I think so.
Docu-series kind of thing, or
Yeah, I got it from the
combination,
Pirate
maybe
Bay.
docu,
So I think
mocu.
it's
The King James
the
version.
first episode.
nice.
Yeah, and who got that right? That was Kinetics. You got it right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very familiar with the Song of Solomon.
Yeah.
Pretty spicy stuff right there, man. Pretty spicy.
Yeah, I know, and most people don't know, so they should better catch up on some. Of
I know
the
like 3
readings.
out of context Bible verses. Really is what it comes down
And
to.
there's a really good chance you probably use them out of context. So
Exactly.
Well, and the different, the different translations are also a thing. because
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
lots
It's
of
like,
things get lost in translation. Or
If it was in Aramaic, then
used.
I'd be all over it because that's the way it was really wrote. So
I like Ecclesiastes 1. Life is meaningless. That's a good one. The whole book. Life is
Wow.
meaningless.
Wow. I would say let's discuss this on another channel.
yeah, we don't do that. We don't talk about politics, sports, or religion on here.
Yeah.
they're
This is
playing a
last
drinking
week.
game in the chat. Just want to make everyone familiar with. We have a troll around here. For those of you who are watching the first time, we have several trolls. We have very dedicated trolls. We've got one from down under who is more dedicated than most. His name is Dorsey78. He didn't do
Who's
anything
here?
wrong this time, but they
Yeah.
wanted to do a drinking game that every time he got timed out, you had to drink. So I just timed him
And you know
out
what that means? He's
proactively.
coming
I
at
know
me.
gonna
He's
deserve
coming
it
at
anyway.
me.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, but if we
So-
did that, then every
So I
like
timed him
Wednesday,
out
we'd have
just
to
now.
have
I timed him out before we started the stream, and I timed him out just now, proactive, because I know he's going to earn it at some point. So
You'd have to
Time,
start having
time
a
him out
Discord
again. I want to
syndicate.
drink.
You'd have to start having a Discord syndicate AA meeting though, like on Wednesdays.
Oh,
Because everybody in
Get it.
chat would end up being alcoholics.
Some of our best contributors were people that used to get bounced, like Children of the Grave. Where would we be without these guys?
Yeah.
RJ would open up, embrace them, and next
Where
thing you
did-
knew, they were
where
lifelong.
did he go?
Christians.
oh, that's
Where's
yours?
Omniglot, by the way. Omniglot.
Yeah, he's still around.
That's Aramaic hello.
Yeah, I
Sometimes
see
the
him
trolls
every
just
now
need
and
a
then.
hug.
Who's
I
that?
see
Who are you
him every
looking
now
for?
and then.
Cot
Children of the
G.
Grave.
There you go. He switched it to so now it's COTG.
Yeah,
it's
but I haven't
COTG
even
now.
seen that in a while.
It's been a while. I've seen him on Twitter more recently than I have in any of the chats. But I miss him. I miss Mouse Trip, our Puerto Rican friend.
Mouse Trip.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mouse
How
Trip's
about
been a
Mouse
while.
Trip?
Wow.
Been a while. Well, he comes in every once in a while. He comes in every once in a while.
What about Barely Crafty? He just kind of dropped off one day.
Yeah, so he lives in a pretty small community in his part of Europe, and he was worried he was going to start getting recognized. And he's a little wealthier than most people in his community, so he wanted to lay low. Didn't want to be
That makes
recognized.
sense.
So he's doing it for OPSEC purposes. And And I don't blame him. I do miss him though. I
Yep.
miss Henry Hex. I don't see him very often anymore.
Right.
I really miss.
I like Henry.
Yeah, me too. Really smart
Good
guy.
texture. Good textures in my she shed. He's living down here. I'll call him up in a little while.
That'd be really nice of you to bring him by.
Shout out to GT.
Good texture. Someone's doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, while we're at it, a shout out to you, Huddle Dog, man. Haven't
Huddle
seen you
Dog,
for
it's
long
been a
while.
minute. Haven't seen him consistently stream as of late. He kind of just went dark for the most part. I mean, I saw him on a few streams, maybe a month or two ago when the Staker show was still going on, but that was really about it. Yeah.
Well, last time I saw him in person was in Vegas in March. So, he will have his reasons. I mean, probably the dogs.
There's
Who's
so
the guy
many
that played
guys.
poker? Who's the guy that played poker?
Benny.
Benny. In
Hmm.
case you didn't know, he's a professional poker player.
Benny's
Our
still
guy,
on.
just saw
Mango
him.
Junkie.
I just
It's
saw
been a while
Benny.
since he's been on, and he just asked.
Just saw Benny earlier in another live stream. He's around.
Yep, I saw him. I saw him on the Cabana
He's a
show
good dude.
earlier.
What was his big line? I couldn't remember. How you could say over and over and over again. Benny.
I don't remember that. What line
He used to, and we would all be. It was that, or was it Kool-Aid that was saying all you had to do is show up?
Yeah, Kool-Aid.
That was cool.
Showing up is
Kool-Aid.
50% of the
You have to
battle.
show
You
up.
just got to show up. It's
50% of the
50% of the battle. I think he said that at least
Shout out to
276 times that one stream. Yeah.
And Benny was poker. Benny was like,
Yeah.
you guys all don't know I'm a poker player and I play poker and good times.
Well,
I'm
that
sure
community
loves
of
the memes, so I don't think he'll say that to you, Hex Down Under. There won't be disappointment. It'll be like, good, we need more memes. So
Does anyone
Well,
else
then
miss
maybe
nightly
memes.
crypto?
Nightly.
nightly crypto. Yeah, his project's doing wonderful these days, by the way. Just death spiraled down to nothing every time.
Boom, like
I don't think I've
just
seen
death
a green
splattered
candle
right on
since
the
it first
ground.
came out. Yeah, I don't think there's been a green candle on that chart since it first came out.
Oh, that was just brutal.
R.I.P.
So awesome. So
Empty coiner. That's my bad. I jumped scared Hodl Dog at the Naga party, and then he stopped streaming. Beat himself. Hey, remember
No,
Hodl
he
Dog
was
getting
good.
propositioned out on his balcony at the hotel by the guy that was in the hotel next to him? His girl comes out completely naked onto the balcony, and Hodl Dog's on the balcony right next to him. And he's all, "Hey,
bless her.
want to hook up with my wife?" And Hodl Dog's like, "What? Like, you wouldn't believe the stuff that happened." That was in London. I should probably just leave that alone. What happens in London stays in London. But there was
He's-
a lot of.
He's
There's a
so
lot of
tall, it could have been the
funny
balcony
stories.
above him.
It was 3 stories above, actually.
Huh. There was a guy in Vegas that was pretty damn tall. I can't remember. Oh man, he was at most of the parties. He was upper 6 foot,
look who it
probably
is.
6'7", 6'8".
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mango Junkie is here.
I love it. You even have the same beanie that the Dave Chappelle character has in his
Yeah.
profile. That's perfect, dude. I love it.
That's
Tyrone.
You smoke my mango.
Got rainbows. Cocaine in the can, baby.
Come on, man. Yeah, I wanted to see how my connection is on my phone compared to my laptop because I remember last time I was on here, for whatever reason, my laptop was not the best.
Yeah.
But what do you know? What do you know? What do you know?
Phone's working great.
Yeah, man, it's looking
All right,
good.
cool.
We
Yeah.
thought
There we
you'd
go.
never leave.
Yeah. Get
I
a
know.
mic like mine and just fuck it up, and then I'm totally not understandable like last week, and so it's just set up.
Yes. So how we doing? Everyone's doing good, huh?
Life is good, man.
Life is
Life is
good.
real
We-
good.
Can't complain.
Yeah. Bear market blues. I say bear market gold. Get
Yep.
a job, keep working and buying.
Yeah, get a
And I
job.
love
Yeah.
Get a job.
Yeah.
Get a job.
Yeah.
All these bums. All
Get
these
back
bums
to work. you
complaining.
Hexicans.
Complaining about
Yeah,
low
get-
prices. Yeah. I'll try to limit my language here, but go F yourself. These are the opportunities of a lifetime.
I like this guy.
So you
Yeah,
did,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
digit
Get
play
a
right
day
now on ETH.
job,
too.
get a day job. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
the
Whatever it is.
OGs would just
Yeah.
stop selling on
Selling.
us and dumping
Yeah,
on
that
us.
whole argument is like, dude, that's not even.
And
There's
what I
a
like-
few, and it's not most of us. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
I like most about that, being on these Twitter spaces is there's so many people from around the world and they speak so many different languages. And when I hear bear market or beer market, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I'll just go for the beer market.
Beer market.
That's
Yeah,
very
that's
German of
cool.
you.
Das
You
ist
almost
you.
sound like an official German. So, and Captain rugged himself. No devices not connected. It's telling me on his screen. So, hey guys, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about religion, sports, or politics now that the captain's gone? So,
Benny, let's talk about Benny.
Sports is good.
Let's say,
Politics
let's
is,
talk about
better.
Notre Dame football.
No,
and
sports
beyond.
is
Who's
sports
gonna-
is awesome. Sports is.
You wanna
you
vote
were
on
talking
the
about
Notre Dame
poker.
game?
Do it all in one
I'm
How about the
conversation.
Yankees?
I'm going to talk
all in
chess.
one.
How
Gen
about
Hex?
the
on Notre Dame football. Yeah.
Yep, I like that, Gen Hex. Then you hit all three at the same time. We're voting on the
get it over
Notre
with.
Dame football game.
Yeah.
Beat Cal and declare that you're back. You know.
It's like timing Dorsey out before the stream starts. Just get it over with. Just get
it out of the way and be
Yeah.
done with it. Yeah.
And
I had to do
Houston's
it
not going to
today.
be president. And
Kinetics.
religion.
What up, Mango?
What's your whole thoughts with the whole EPOW thing and Ethereum Fair? I didn't really get to hear your clear picture on what you think about it all.
Yeah, I love it. I love free coins, man. I'm all for it. You can play with all the protocols. I'm just really, there's two things I'm really worried about on ETH POW. I'm worried about people connecting to unsavory sites and getting themselves wrecked on their wallets, especially sacrifice wallets. Last thing you want to do is give up control of that sacrifice wallet, because we all know that's going to hurt somebody in the future. So
Yeah.
unsavory sites, and even if it's just they only lose the coins on that chain, that's bad enough as far as I'm concerned. Number two, this whole bring economic energy over to this other chain. Okay, if you want to throw $100, $500, maybe $1,000 at it, that's cool.
Yeah.
Try to bring up the hex price on those other chains. But remember, guys, you are not getting copies of your ETH POW and ETH Fair when PulseChain launches. You are getting copies of your Ethereum 2.0 version. So that's where I recommend people put their economic energy if they care about getting a copy on the other side of. And it's going to probably reach parity a lot faster than these other two chains will get adoption.
Because on Twitter Spaces, this was kind of like a thing I was talking about with Hexes Away. He's all about it, right? Everyone's whatever, pumping their bags, like it's cool. Certain people got in earlier than others, which is fine. That's just the name of the game. And then the conversation came up about just debating the chains and stuff like that. And I bring up the simple fact that once Richard announces that PulseChain is going to be launching, it's going to be like a mad dash. So it's going to be like a mad dash from ETF and EPOW back to the main chain. So it's literally going to be a race. It's literally going to be a race for people to get off those chains in order to gain their copies from the main chain.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, once PulseChain actually launches, we can't lie to ourselves. There's going to be a dump on the main chain. So it's kind of like a clusterfuck of like who's going to do what and when, and who's basically just going to win that whole rat race.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's all personal decision, but it's like it's like a clusterfuck in itself, because you want to have Hex's name on these other chains that are prominent, which they are, especially EPOW. And I'm not really too sure about ETF so far, but I know on EPOW, like the main trading pair there is Hex, so that's getting traction by itself, just seeing that name traded the most volume by itself. It's a mess.
It's a cluster. It's a clusterfuck wrapped in a circle jerk.
Yes.
No, it's not good.
Especially since USDC is worth like 1/100,000th of what an actual dollar is worth. So it's funny to watch all the ratios skew because of it. But there's two things I will say about those two. Number one, ETF, I think, quite honestly, from what I'm seeing from the front ends and the main .org websites, ETF is actually better than ETH POW. So ETH POW, ETHW, however you want to call it.
Whatever you want to say.
I think the developer is actually a better developer, But why ETH POW got more traction first, I'm not really sure why. I didn't really watch it from the beginning.
Tangent,
Are
Tangent actually explained this pretty well too. Right out the gate, they were the most vocal about the chain being launched. So initially, they gained the most traction to where ETF kind of lagged just behind, even though they literally launched on the same block or the same block height, or however
it's
you want to say
hard to
it.
support economically 3 chains now.
Yeah,
from these communities, so I can understand that.
ETF was named Ethereum Fair, so like that's a good reason not to invest in it. That's like investing in Ethereum Safe Moon.
Yeah,
It has the word
fair enough.
safe in it, guys.
yeah.
POW kind of actually tells you what it is. Hey, we're just ongoing with the proof of work. So that was the first thing I wanted to say between the two things. And then number two, and this is just my plan. You guys do what you want to do. Now that you know my plan, if other people try to adopt it or whatever, you can probably game it and go the other way and probably get outsized returns. But what I plan on doing is providing liquidity between Hex and Hedron and Icosa, and maybe even a little bit with ETHW. So as people are dumping their Ethereum to try to get the one coin ETHW that you can actually trade, bridge, so to speak, with a centralized exchange to get back over onto the Ethereum chain to sell it at FTX and buy Ethereum or whatever it is and come back and try to buy as much Hex before Pulse launches, people are going to dump into your liquidity pool and you're going to end up with a lot of extra Hex. And if Hex does what Hex does and T-shares get more expensive like they always do, then I want a bunch of really cheap Hex that I get just for being a liquidity provider as people dump it for the other coin.
Yeah,
I'll take this as a very, very good thought experiment. I have looked into it from the very early hours, and of course, POW is the leftovers that still mine, right? So suddenly miners came up, right, and want to protect their thing, and so there is no one person who is standing out and speaking out for that. And this is why fair seems to be more fair, although fair could also mean exhibition or something. What is fair? Is it like fair, or is it?
There's also centralized parties though too.
And then to us, the Hexicans were the first ones in the first days that were doing 90% of all the traffic on everything that was going on. Now they're like down to, I don't know, below the 50, whatever, because they did their stuff and they learned the real thing on a real life test net that is maybe 0.01x of the real thing. And so we don't only have Pulse testnet, but we had already 2 forks with some real money and some real shit happening. That was a learning phase, I would say. And if you don't go so and that deeply into the stuff as Netix just did, then you should better play around within the real testnet and see what happened on this 2 forks. And then what's going to happen on when PulseChain comes out is going to be a whole different thing. But be aware that there's going to be scammers as hell out there. There were so many different things out there. If you wanted to navigate your way through in the early hours, within the first 12 hours, through those 2 neo chains, it was very likely that it was a minefield out there. And this is going to happen with Pulse as well. So this is my experience. I'm telling people, be aware and be prepared.
Just make sure you understand the approvals that your MetaMask is asking.
You gotta be careful with your approvals. I think that interacting with the chain itself is safe. I don't see any attack vector there from what I've seen from all the reading that I've done. Like nothing's different from the actual algorithm of the Ethereum proof of work. But to be safe, why not send the funds you're willing to play around with, your free funds that you received? I'm not putting new economic energy on those chains. I'm just going to roll with the free stuff that was given to me. If I'm putting money anywhere, I'm going ETH 2.0 for the Hex because I want the copy on PulseChain. But that's just me. You do what works for you guys. Yeah. But the one thing I still think is a good idea is watching Patrick Hex Lion on Crypto Coffee send it to a new fresh wallet.
Yeah.
Then if it gets jacked or something, no big deal. It doesn't affect your stakes. It doesn't.
Yeah. And all you non-Hexicans who actually had liquid hex, unlike me, who actually had to put fresh fiat into the new chain, go fuck yourselves, because I actually didn't have any liquid hex to play with on the new chains. I actually had to put some new dollars over there.
Don't feel bad.
Plus,
I
there
still
is
don't,
a
because I didn't put any
difference.
dollars over there, and all my stuff's staked, so I haven't put anything over there yet. So I haven't got to play with ETH.
I got suckered in. I actually made good money though. I actually made good money. I actually got in there on like the second day. So I was actually lucky enough. I didn't lose my friggin' head trying to get onto the new chain because all my shit's fucking staked. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I hope those mango dollars went in the Pulse Doge Fair. Otherwise,
I didn't do ETF. Only EPOW. Only EPOW.
Well,
I can't. I don't want to spread myself too thin.
Asymmetric returns of Pulse Doge Fair is what you need to be looking at.
For fair?
No, yeah, I'm looking at you, Briz.
The liquidity on ETF is like insanely low compared to EPOW so far.
It's only like a couple of exchanges. I think less than 10, and EPOW is more. It's close to 50. So
yeah. If it was super easy to throw a couple bucks onto ETF, I would, but it's not even easy. Like with EPOW, you got Kraken and you got Change Now, which on Change Now the rates are really good if you want to throw a couple ETH, or they even had pools for USDC and USDT to go over to EPOW. But ETF, it's harder to throw a couple dollars onto that, even to throw onto that chain.
Well, PVM Crypto is waiting for ETHVV, Vitalik's vision. Sorry, guys. He's waiting for the fork of the fork.
Yeah, and if you want to be
good,
really
actually
one of the first guys in, you will find out that there will be things like people were talking Pulse will come out, and then there will be like a day or two, and then the bridge will be there. No, it'll be minutes, and there will be 10 bridges, not like the bridge, but others. And there will be centralized exchanges trading this stuff as well. And then you'll go into them, and then you'll type in whatever, PLS, whatever. And then there'll be 20 or dozens of the same names of the coins.
Yeah.
And you got to pick the right one.
This is where people
get scammed, and like many will be. So take care, guys.
Yeah, but you're forgetting one thing though. With PulseChain, there's going to be the automated fixer bot. So all those ratios are going to be fixed, unlike you have on EPOW and ETF. So with EPOW and ETF, you were able to get those insane gains just from getting all those cheap coins, because that fixer bot wasn't there to fix the ratios between the two or three. So on PulseChain, you're not going to get the opportunity that you had on EPOW and ETF.
Oh, but they weren't just trying to put this out too quick. This was really a thought out plan here. There was a reason why they launched it. Richard had absolutely nothing to do with it. Just saying.
Just heads up to you. KuCoin's got ETHW listed. If anybody uses KuCoin, and they're messing around with that stuff.
Yeah, they tweeted it out a couple days ago.
What price do they have it listed at?
Yeah, there's a couple centralized exchanges that are.
What a half-ass piece of garbage.
$11.91 right now.
Garbage.
I know. Watching this Ethereum W and Fair launch,
it's like, why?
Kind of makes me realize like how special or how lucky we have it with PulseChain, because this is like a complete like cluster F with all the stables going to nothing.
Did you say F?
Yeah, because I don't want to curse on your show.
Well done.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's a family show, right?
It's hard.
Come on,
trying.
guys. It's a family show.
All grown up.
Back in your pants. But watching this cluster F of a launch makes me appreciate the PulseChain so much more, with all the minimal viable products that will be available when it launches. I think it's gonna freaking knock it out of the park.
Oh yeah, Pulse X is gonna freaking melt heads everywhere. Crypto heads are gonna melt everywhere with Pulse X.
Carmen Insider, fuck.
So I really like one of Coffee's streams this week where he pointed out, man, if we're already seeing some form of, I mean, it's pretty lame adoption, but if we're already seeing ETH POW drink, all you guys drink. If you're seeing ETH POW get some kind of adoption right now, just wait till we have PulseChain that's faster, cheaper, has a front end and an actual real DEX and a way to earn outside of just liquidity, and has a bridge to the main chain, all built from the get-go, from the onset, within the first few days. Like, amazing, guys. Amazing. Like, this is gonna be, and look at how much money has been sacrificed for different causes that are getting these airdrops. So political statements.
And on top of that, you have who knows how many projects who have been working on the front ends for PulseChain for over a year now, since Richard even talked about it. So who knows how many people Richard even talked about? Who knows how many people Richard talked to about PulseChain even launching before this was even an idea he made public? You know, like we saw the streams earlier, like last July, when he was talking to people about it. So they've had all this time to develop and talk and talk and talk. So unlike ePal and ETF, where I never even knew Ethereum Fair was the thing, and that was one of the arguments that Tangent made, not against Ethereum Fair, but his just own personal vendetta against Justin Sun with Ethereum Fair was how, Tangent thinks the guy's basically a scumbag, so he doesn't want anything to do with it, but. You know, it's like you got Justin Sun dealing with Tron and whatever else, so he doesn't want to touch it.
That's the thing. Like since he owns Poloniex, like he can, he can show his own bags. Plus, shout out to what you said, Mango. It's been 1 year, guys, from 1 year testnet this week.
That's awesome.
Is there game theory there? You know, I mean, you think of all the people. What percentage of the staker class will go over to ETH POW? What percentage will go to ETH Fair? And then will they be, what do you call it, when someone good accounting? So what could the penalties look like on the other side if Hexicans aren't participating? Is there some game theory over there on, over time?
You mean like people start going into Hex on the...
No, for what's over there now.
What's over there now? All the Hex that exist.
Now people are playing around, and they're like.
But eventually, like all those old 15-year stakes that you have in there are going to be getting major penalties from people just.
Yeah. What if it's only 10% of the staker class, right? So
but
10,000 people are taking care of their staker ladders, and 90% are just letting them bleed out and being good accounted.
But a thought.
Cool
but
I
think
I don't want that for your Hexicans, though. Go into your stakes and make sure Hedron. Go do all that.
Making the difference to end staking, and if you earn it, like I know people who early end staked on POW to just take a week off and go on holidays just from that.
Yeah, a thought I had though too.
POW. Mango, what's up?
And POW is, if no financial advice, I think this is like, you're living in a universe or in a village, and this village is triple. Now you live in 3 villages. And one or two of the villages, one of them is definitely, the water is poisoned because it's the POW. And you don't get that water clean anymore, ever. And so what people are doing is either they're leaving with all the stuff they have, or they may get in, buy a bunch of stuff from the people that are leaving, sell it to some whoever's that, pay a little more and then leave. This is what I think about.
Yeah, but that's just part of the game, though. That's just part of the game.
You were asking about game theory.
That's right.
Yeah.
Game theory on. I think what Liberty's saying though is that if there's less people there locked in, then all of a sudden the people that are there could be getting 200 APY or something to that extent. Like if they have like Genesis stakes of.
Yeah, and that was
exactly. But if you have,
that was kind of a point I was going to bring up too, because I had a thought on the main chain to try to get a trusted person as like kind of like the figurehead to where we can throw money at, to where we can actually good account all the stakes that are actually bleeding out to help our share it out. But now if I could find someone who can figure out the numbers and who can figure out how to good account who can good account the stakes that are bleeding out on EPOW or ETF. I don't really care about ETF. I'll just say EPOW. On EPOW, I can, even myself, I could good account all the stakes that are bleeding out on EPOW, but even by myself, and that can help our share rate even out on that chain too. That was almost kind of like an idea I had because I knew it's expensive.
The good accounting and the end staking, I wasn't so sure about it because I did read a lot back then in the days, but I wasn't that sure anymore how it was really implemented. And I talked to Dipcatcher about it, and he said that running the good accounting, it takes as much of gas as more or less than,
exactly
doing the end stake, and so you do it twice if you could account for someone else, because you can good account for anyone else. That was in the beginning a pitch of Richard's saying maybe there is some someone who will good account for you. Now, as the gas prices,
I just want to say one thing. I very distinctly remember the stream where Richard Hart said, "I'm not running good accounting for anybody."
Right.
So.
Yeah. But he said
but I also remember where he said that anyone
John
could.
Wick will.
That's right.
John Wick will.
I will. Especially if we can get a couple people together on the main chain, or forget about the main chain, even EPAL. If someone can show me how to do it on EPAL, I'll do it on EPAL.
I can show you, man.
I'm already. I'm
on
already.
EPAL, I'm not sure.
But
I know on ETH.
I think that wouldn't make, like, if you do the math, it doesn't work.
The problem with the good staking,
on EPAL,
good accounting on regular Ethereum is that it costs like $400 each stake.
Yeah,
it's depending on the length of the stake, right? Yeah. So you could do it for someone else, and then maybe hope that he'll give you some money, whatever. But on the other hand, if you don't do it, it like gets liquidated over time, and then the OGA gets half, and all the other stakers get half. So,
yeah, but then we get diluted for 2 years though if we don't get out of the pool.
Yeah. But you're missing my point.
So remember, sorry, I just wanted to bring up one last point. It was that the stakes that are like bleeding out with good accounting, that also absorbs a lot of inflation that will never see the light of day. So that's kind of cool.
That is true, because they will get staked and will never hit the market again unless they will be end staked by someone else who puts the money into that. Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of my point to the thing. It's like, I'm a staker. It's like, I'm here till the fucking end. So it's like, if I can increase my shares, I'll throw in the money now. Like, my first thing doesn't come out till like late 2024, and then up until the rest of my life. You might as well say till the rest of my life. So it's like, if I can get rid of those good accounting stakes now that are bleeding out, I want to get that done now, so I can gain more Hex now.
But you can't get rid of them. You can get rid of them for cheap, but why don't you let them bleed out? Because I think in the long run, it won't make you more money taking them off the market.
Do you not understand?
Out and give them paid out half to you as long as you're a staker.
No, but Kyle has covered this up sometimes. I remember the captain talking about this with Kyle like 2 years ago. Like, if we remove him out of the way, like, it's better. If the only problem, of course, if they come back at some point and then they have that just their good accounting, and then they use that money to dump on us, in 3-4 years from now, instead of just not being there. That's the tricky part, of course.
Yeah, well, sure. That's a coin toss.
Yeah, it is.
That's a coin toss.
Anyone who doesn't end stake while the thing is positive, gas wise, they probably forgot about the whole thing and are like the Satoshis within the.
I wouldn't go that far, but.
So why put more energy into it to good account them than not just wait for letting them being distributed to you? I know that what you mean, but it's a.
We would have to have like strategic blockchain analysis on that one to see if it was actually worth them actually putting the good accounting or not. Because to say that someone actually just forgot about their stake that's worth, potentially hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, that's a little far fetched. But yeah, who
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I mean, how many sharks does it take on the regular chain to not care about these other minor chains? If they show up on the regular chain and dump, let's say, they're probably not dumping on the other two chains because they never participated. So if there's 100 sharks and only 40 of them come over to POW and ETH, I mean, those other chains could be a little safer from your 2-year, 3-year-old whales and sharks.
But that was the ones that I said that they were the ones that were like harvesting off the rest of the people that didn't leave early enough. So, like my point of view thing, I don't know. I'm not guys that are. I have my focus on other things. That's all.
Think of the guys that are taking a yield right now, right? They have monthly stakes and they're taking out 10, 20 grand a month, but they have no interest in POW and no interest in ETH Fair and any other chains that exist, even PulseChain. I think all of us will be interested in PulseChain, but those other, who knows? You could get 10,000. When is it viable? When is POW viable? When it has 10,000 new Hexicans? Hexicans we might not even know, but they're playing on ETH POW. Maybe they're Chinese. Maybe they're whatever.
Well,
if that's
maybe they get wrecked over there and then they won't ever come over to the real system. We don't know, but it's true.
I got something on Change Now. They're asking for 1,500 confirmations. RG3, I don't want to ever hear you say Bitcoin is slow with ever again.
Oh, so something slower, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
The thing you support.
Then again, though, I mean, like I said, we didn't have Uniswap until how many months after Hex started?
Nothing, dude.
We had nothing. I mean, was there even a ways to exit? We were just playing this game. Everything was worthless, right? The price was 0.00005 or one Satoshi or 3 Satoshis. I remember at this time it went from 1 Satoshi to 2 Satoshis, back to 1 Satoshi, and then it went to 3 Satoshis. There was no way to get your liquidity out back then.
You guys want to remember the Stone Age? Do you remember before Uniswap? Do you remember the pre-Uniswap days?
No dollar chart on the
Randy Galarski before whales only.
Man,
right?
If you did something like if you put up that software of a Change Now or something, would you trust on that new stuff and nobody's gonna in 4.5 hours, like, did you do Bitcoin transactions in the days and you could not do what you could do with Ethereum and just speed them up? There were people like waiting 2 months, 2 years for the execution to go through because they thought they paid their transaction. And we
were hiding our Bitcoin on weird wallets. I mean, I bought my Bitcoin from Bristology in the back of a van in Santa Ana. It was in a box with like 2 big stone cinder blocks, and there's 2 Bitcoin in there.
I like
take that back.
and no front grill, right?
Meet on that parking lot and do the cash thing.
No, we had weird wallets like Electrum and all these different things. We were keeping our Bitcoin in different
Looked like
wallets.
Something made off of MS-DOS.
It was weird. Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. It was like all like, you say DOS. Yeah, that's about right. Like Fortran language.
Yeah.
And none of that. I mean, and we went for it, right? Because we were all, some of you guys were broke back then. You just hit the button, you hope for the best, right?
I was broke.
Yeah. You were worker bee.
Yeah, it was.
And I mean, so where's the trust, right? It's trustless. And that's where we are now. So you guys got to choose which games you're going to play. And they might work out and they might not. But if you don't sell your house and use all your house money, you might be okay.
Yeah, and waiting
The
for
chat is on
4.5
fire
hours.
tonight, guys.
Am I being laughed at? Let's see.
No,
No,
you're
I'm
not.
pretty sure I'm the one being laughed.
No, he's not here, so we can say it real quick. Jen Hex was hilarious. He said, if Mango robs the 7-Eleven live on stream, this would be the best FN Hangout ever. Not financial advice, by the way.
He was like changing clothes and got the hat on. Everything's getting
Yeah.
dark and shit.
He didn't have the Muppet curtain
Right.
behind him anymore, though.
That would be
He
a great
probably
beer run,
missed
though.
that too.
There he's back.
Look,
There
everybody.
he is.
If you're asking yourself, am I a degenerate? Go look in the mirror, and if you see Mango Junkie, yes, you're a degenerate. all right?
Mango Junkie's one of my favorite degenerates, though. If I
boy.
have a favorite, he's at the top. He may not be the best, but he's in the top two. How about that? So
No.
There's a fine line between
Definitely fits
degeneracy
him.
and genius, and many of you guys are geniuses. So
Oh,
time will tell, but it's a fine line between.
there
Time
is
will tell. Time
fine
will
line
tell.
between a
Ain't no
lot of-
ain't no degen here. Ain't no degen here. I'm here for long term.
I
401k.
like
Hex is 401k to me.
Blair
401H.
Witch Mango Bros.
Jeopardy comes on at 7, right? I mean, some of
And
you guys are
just quote.
so smart.
Little quote, just a short quote, really short quote on something. There was
Craig,
this
you're
thing
killing
about
it tonight,
the
bro.
genius
You're
thing.
killing it.
I'm going like level down one level, and it was about knowledge and wisdom. And someone said knowledge and wisdom are the same, and I answered, you might get a freer. No. The thing is, I said you might get a free airdrop from knowledge into wisdom if you claim it.
Yeah, I think Kareem wrote that back in
That's deep.
1973. Good stuff.
No, but this is far away from genius level. Still,
Some of you guys are going to prove to be called genius. In fact, when I was trading my irrevocable trust, they're like, what do you want to call the LLC? And I was like, can we say that Grandpa was an effing legend, or can we call it that, right? Something like that.
What are you doing?
Because you guys might be in that same position, right? I mean, your generations behind you will be like, how did they know? How did they know to, buy oil back 100 years ago? And, now it's crypto.
Yeah.
yeah, or shovels, or land, or cars, or tires, or wings.
Mm.
Pioneers. You guys are pioneers.
Pioneers in the space. Pioneers in the space.
Right? I mean, right? Claim your state. Boomer
Yeah.
sooner.
So what's up, yo, RG? What's up with that? What's up with the trailer? When is that going to be launching? And what's up?
He's
Well,
gonna show
they-
it right now.
I'm going to show
Get
right
it
now.
Kick off.
no,
Kinetic,
you're not,
Play the trailer.
because I'm bringing up the Blair Witch Project first.
There you go.
It's the Mango Junkie Witch Project here.
I hate October. Scary
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
No, we
Have-
can't
you
show
know,
the trailer.
Are you able to talk about, like, have they sold it yet or no? You can't talk.
No, that can't be talked about.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Cannot be talked about.
Okay.
They're negotiating. That's
Yeah,
what they're
true,
doing
cool,
right now.
cool.
So it's
The day
cool.
RG3 is mysteriously missing is the day that it's been sold. It's like, has anybody seen him? No. It's on an island somewhere.
there's definitely more money in Hex than there is in this movie. That's for sure. But anyway. But it might pump our Hex bags. That's for sure.
Mhm.
It might. Then again, it might destroy Hex. Who knows?
My theory is that
Because
Richard,
all you are in it.
It's 50-50. It's 50-50, guys.
It's 50-50.
We're not sure
We
which
got
way
it.
it's leaning.
is
It's
that
kind of a
Richard is
scary-
waiting for the movie to launch, and then
Richard's
2
not
weeks
waiting
later,
for the movie.
he's
I'll
100%.
tell you that right now. is
He
not
wants
waiting
to make
for
sure
the movie.
there's a
Richard has
sequel.
Mhm.
He will not
Absolutely
launch
zero
before
to
the
do with the
movie.
movie.
No,
Zero to do with it now.
Richard doesn't care when the movie launches versus PulseChain. When PulseChain's ready, it'll go.
Which will happen to be 2 weeks after the highest stakes launch.
It has to be. It has to
All
be.
right. Well, we'll put that one on the pool. We should have like a a baby pool for the
Yeah.
office, you know, or like when will the birth of Pulse be?
Yeah, like
And
the
you're saying
football.
2 weeks after THOS. Okay.
That's
Right.
mark my words, everybody. Someone put that down. Write that down in a book somewhere. All right.
Who knows when THOS will launch though? I mean, that's
Yeah, there's no set date at this point, but
no
it's
set
there's
date.
people, there's some legit professionals in the background working on this. So
legitness.
legitness. Yep. I'm just
I am
reading
supposed to go to New York for some class or something.
Class for what?
How to
He's
speak to
being
the
groomed.
media. I'm being groomed to speak to the media, I suppose.
Oh, really? Oh,
They're
Are
like,
you
we've
proper?
got some work. We've
Primed?
got some work to do on you.
primed and proper.
It's like that outfit looks great on you.
Yeah, they
No.
they came to us and they said
You look great
we
in
have
that
to
outfit.
do team level PR training. So we know, you know, to prep for certain questions that'll be asked, and got private investigators digging into the dirt of everyone who is involved with the film's backgrounds.
Nice.
Count me out.
I told them, forget it.
Help me
Don't
out.
even look. I'll just
Yep.
lay it all out here for you now. Because
Yeah, I'll just tell you all up front is what
you're gonna
RG
find
said.
it now.
So, yeah.
Don't use
So-
the wrong pronouns.
Bend
and-
over and
And
cough.
I like looked over at him. I was like, wait, this affects RG more than me because he's actually in the movie, right? They're like, oh yeah. I was like, oh good. Oh, thank you.
That's funny.
Mm.
Boardrooms and bandanas, that's for sure.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm as wrecked as it gets, Runesky. I'm as wrecked as it gets.
Dude, I hate to ask, but how's your buddy doing?
He's wrecked.
Yeah, well, obviously.
But you know what? He's in good spirits because
All right,
he's still
good,
buying.
good.
He's still buying. And,
Very good.
He
good.
knows what's happening. You know, I've educated him, and he's like, I ain't worried one bit. You know?
Yeah. I tell people that too, who are talking about like
Yes.
cycles and like what the chart looks like. I'm like, dude, like I was buying since last year. I bought all the way up to like 42 cents and bought all the way back down, and I'm still continuing buying. It's like,
Yeah.
don't just plan on living off this stuff. It's like people get this mindset that it's like you can get rich in like a couple months. It's like, no, you have to put work in. It's like I always like to refer back to Tendy's, how he says, you know, millionaires are made in the bear market. So it's like for people who think that they're going to get rich off of like a couple months on a bull, it's like, dude, it's like you're going to get wrecked.
Let me give you the story of my buddy. So my buddy Mikey, he's in the film. He and I have done a lot of things in the past together as far as businesses and stuff. We did a lot of network marketing businesses together. We did some other stuff together. And his wife always thought I had some, you know, cockamamie idea, and we'd make some money and we wouldn't make some money. And we did a few different things. And it was always like, we'd call each other up and the joke was, all right, man, give me your credit card number. And I was like, okay, here it is. You know, I'm not even going to ask you what it is. Just I'm in, you know, and that was it. It's like, who loves you? Give me your credit card number. Okay, let me pull it out, you know? And so it's funny, like all the times that we did that. And then we got into Hex and I didn't say anything to him. I didn't go to him because I was so disillusioned with the crypto space. And I did not want to. We've been through so many things, and crypto like waylaid everybody we knew in 17. It just freaking destroyed them all. The bear market of 2018 just killed everybody. So I stayed away from it, and then it started to pump. And then I'm like, shit, I gotta call him, man. And finally, I call him, and he's like, dude, why did you not call me in the beginning? And I said, I'm calling you now. And so. Because I was calling him now. Cents. He has no. We were way lower than that. It was before Big Payday, and he waited and waited and waited and waited, and then when it got to 46 cents, he couldn't hold it anymore. It was like FOMO time, you know. And I said, if you're gonna do it, bro, we're making this documentary. Let's put it on film. So the movie crew shows up at his house, and his wife is like, "What in the entire fuck is going on
Uh-oh.
here? Now what has he got you into? He's got film crews over here." And then he tells her at the table there, you see in the trailer, I put it all in. She's like, "What?" They just moved from one state to another. He got a new job. He moved to another state, and they sold a house, and they bought a house in another state, and they had some money left over. Like, he shows it on the thing. It's like a couple $100,000, right? And he dumps it in at 46, 50 cents, right around there. And man, she was just like, I cannot believe you're listening to him and doing this, and
You'll be happy.
Did you tell him, like, hey, it's only 3 cents now. You need to put like twice as much in.
So
You need to bring that cost basis down. Yeah. How much can you borrow from your bank?
Tell
How
that
much will they
dream
lend
killer
you?
call.
I can't. I'm not going to give away part of the movie, but they go into like, it gets even worse than that, guys. I'm not even going to tell you how much worse it gets, but it gets worse than what I just told you, because I'm just telling you what was in the trailer. But when you watch the movie, it gets worse. It literally gets worse. Like, and his wife is just like, I can't even fucking believe this is happening, And of course, she's not that way. She's like, they are like the perfect family. Like, there's 5
They're
kids.
so cool.
They're all like, every time you see those kids, they're like primped and all the girls' hair is perfect. All the little boys look perfect. Just the total nuclear family, And and she is just freaking hates the shit out of me right now.
Is the documentary going to be called Hex Fud Clips?
I couldn't even walk in their living room right now. She would literally kill me. Like, these are friends of ours, man, and she's just.
Well, and when
Yeah, he
this
hasn't seen them
longevity
in
stuff,
He hasn't seen them in person.
And he's
since
still,
right
and
now.
I know she doesn't watch my show because she can't stand me right now, but he's still aping in right now. He's still getting in. he's like, yeah, bro, I'm in. I'm dollar cost
That's
in.
what I would be doing.
but just to the captain, if the longevity stuff is going to kick in, you better be prepared for some totally new things.
Yeah, but by the time we're at like $5 or $50, he's gonna feel like a million. He's gonna be like, he's never gonna remember that. He's just gonna tell everyone I bought under $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be an OG.
Here's the fun thing.
He leaves state to hope, though, right?
No,
he leaves
here's
state to
the
hope.
fun thing.
Who the fucking hell's memeing this shit already?
This is PR campaign right now. PR training.
Oh, you guys. So here's the cool thing to think about. So we watched our run up, and so all the OGs from day one Hexicans who watched the run up, and then now we're at a 90% dip. But look at your bags still. All you look at your bags where they're at today at 3 cents. Like, we couldn't even imagine 3
terrible.
cents.
Terrible.
So let's imagine
with
what the next bull run 90% dip is going to bring us to, or 80% dip, or whatever it's going to be. Imagine where we're going to be after this next bull run, because I think this next bull run is going to be the biggest bull run we've ever freaking seen. The wind up for this one is going to be thick, man.
Yeah,
it is going to be thick.
Remember when we were lower than our current price, and then Good Texture said 32 cents?
We laughed at him.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I was like, dude, this guy is just he's trying to use me as exit liquidity. I legitimately thought that. He's just trying to pump the price so he can use us as exit liquidity.
And then we crushed that. We almost doubled that. So I mean, Hex.
Maybe there is something to the hollow moon.
Why isn't
a bell?
Yeah, why isn't Good Texture on stream anymore? I saw he was on. on Twitter
because he was pumping. What was that?
Ample
Force.
Ample
Force. Yeah, the stable coin that's not so stable and just rip out of your wallet at any given time, and then it crashed to nothing. And then he argued with.
All right, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Hold on, let me get.
No, I will end this broadcast. I will hit the end broadcast button right now.
He won't end it. Just do it.
Yeah.
You don't think I'll do it?
I got it queued up right here.
He won't do it. I know he won't do it.
Yeah. So I saw because I when I would reflect back on early Discord Syndicate streams, I saw he was there.
Yeah.
And then then, but I saw he was on. I don't know this. I'm not an OG, so I don't know the story behind it all.
So he was a cool dude. He courted Hexo. Hexo fell in love with him. So just to let everybody know the inside scoop, Hexo was like head over heels for Good Texture, and he betrayed him.
Oh,
Yeah,
he betrayed him. Because you know Hexo. Hexo is as pure as it gets.
yeah,
Hexo is the Hexican pure driven snow, right?
yeah,
He doesn't talk about anything but Richard
yeah.
and Hex, you know, and he loves them both equally. And
well,
Good
we
Texture,
got Richard. We got Richard on Discord Syndicate, and that's when GT started just going
there
off on.
there is a Discord
Yeah.
syndicate in
What?
there.
It's
You
the
can go
first
watch.
time.
There
It was the
still
first
on
time
offering.
I ever ran the stream, and Richard
Yep.
came on that night, and I was interviewing Richard, and we had Nerd Girl on there. I was kind of moderating. It was my first stream ever with Richard, and Good Texture just lays into him about the fallacies of Hex, which he was actually
What?
wrong about, in my opinion.
At the time.
And man, Richard got pissed, and
Oh,
Yep.
Richard quit the Cutthroats room. Was
Yeah.
like, I don't want anything to do with anything that this guy's in.
oh my
Like,
God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Great. theater.
Richard was actually in the Cutthroat room with Discord Syndicate with us for a while, and then because of Good Texture, he left.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
But
Good
what,
Texture,
but what did he say to him though? What did he say to Richard though?
Good
he
Texture was
called
one of
him
the
out
first.
basically.
Yeah,
He was one of
he
the
was one
first
of the
people in the
first
community that called him out.
mathematicians. He was one of the first mathematicians, so he would do
Yeah.
all the, you know,
Quite
And he did the
Math-
mathematician shit. He thought the moon was made out of titanium and all kinds of
Yeah, he
things.
did his
Quite
whole
honestly, it was Good Texture that
she was
taught
a
us about
astrology
T-shapes.
bit to
Yeah,
it.
They
yeah.
do astrology and numerology and all this stuff. And
And
All
some,
right.
and some hollow moon conspiracy stuff.
Chris is
Like,
right, though.
Ant-Man, yeah.
And T-share stuff.
Yeah.
He was the first guy that did the
He
whole
figured
T-share.
out T-shares.
He had that
Alright.
little journal. He had that little journal. And he's like,
no. We had
Yeah.
T-shirts
I've been
down
doing-
before
No.
Texture showed up, man.
But I
Yeah,
need
he
to
was-
know.
he was
Yes,
part of the
we did. You can go
conversation.
back and watch those streams. As soon as we got done talking to Dev Kyle, which
Oh.
was in the first few weeks, we were already on T-shirt.
It was
Texture
April.
didn't have it, man.
It was
But
like
what I-
April of
but-
2020.
I need to know, like what's one example that he said to Richard that he like? I don't understand basically what he said to against Richard
he was
about.
promoting the stable coin Ample Force.
Mostly the Ample
And
Force, yeah.
Richard was telling him, quit promoting Ampleworth because Ampleworth is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
And it turned out Ampleworth was fucking stupid.
It
Oh,
was.
okay.
it was the
And-
10% rebound.
And then
or-
because him and Richard got into a fight, he literally started like hit Richard, going after Richard. calling Richard,
Okay.
and then it turned
50%
into a
of the
war.
penalty.
like, every
and-
stream was against
And then
Hex and Richard.
Hexo
way.
was heartbroken, like he was his little
Oh,
heart broke.
Damn.
It's like he had to get rid of his buddy because
Where did
and,
the heat go?
Yeah, and
No,
then
no.
he started.
He was,
He
and
started
Hex was
pulling all
dealing
that
with
stuff.
channel getting
Ugh.
pulled too.
Ugh.
Good Texture
Mhm.
became a little celebrity in the Hexican
Rough
ecosphere.
texture. Rough texture.
I like
Rough
him.
Texture. I always called him Bad Texture.
And then,
And
oh man, they were
he,
like they memed the shit out of him too. They had cars smashing his head up against a tree and
Oh,
all
no.
kinds
So
of
that
crazy
so it's probably so it sounds like it's probably one of the cases to where it's like an early adopter got wrecked trading and trying to make more money to where they just started hating Richard.
no,
He's a
it's
Hex-
Richard.
No,
I
I don't think he had
Richard
enough.
hated
to be
on
honest.
him.
No,
And his
yeah, I think
ego
it
was
was an issue of
fragile.
not having enough X.
He was
that
trying
ran
to
up on him.
But and
Wasn't he trying to like sell his stakes at one point or something like that?
Yeah, he was
I
like
heard something
someone.
like that.
It's still a
Someone
seed
was like,
phrase.
He didn't
yeah,
have enough.
someone was trying to say, well, why if you hate it so bad, why don't you end stake and get out? And he's like, well, it'd be stupid. I'd nuke my 15-year stakes if I did that. So
Yeah.
yeah, he was. I guess he was trying to. Someone said he was trying to sell his wallet. He never
Yeah,
came
or
to me
something
about
like
it.
that.
But yeah.
Crazy.
Well, he didn't like how much of the supply the OA had. He was trying
Yeah.
to. He was trying to argue
It
that
was
Hex
early
was
days.
leveraged in a very similar way as Ample Force. With the
10% thing.
yeah. I
And then
think that's what it
didn't
was.
he actually go over to Wise for a little bit too and start?
I thought he
pumping
did.
them?
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah, I
did.
think he did that too. So
He was
that
a
was
wise
like,
shiller for a little while.
that was the end of
Oh,
it there.
no.
We all just kind of as soon as Hexo
Woo!
blocked him, I had to turn my back because I'll let any degen hang out around here. I'll let
Yeah.
all of you guys. It's like I let everybody have their own chance to hang themselves. talk shit about me or anybody else, that's fine. You're welcome.
As long as it's funny.
Um,
As long as it's funny.
Well, that
Whatever.
is,
It
too
doesn't matter
kind.
to me. It doesn't matter to me. But
That's too kind.
but
Because
he
when
took
it
it too
comes,
far. And when Hexo had to get rid of him, I was like, okay, well, he's one of the banished, and there's not been too many people that have
Be
been
gone.
banished from here,
Be gone.
but he did.
exactly.
And that's what happened.
And if Richard,
But the stream's there.
If Richard
Yeah.
chooses this, he does it with a reason. And if you follow, I don't know if you follow chess, if you follow Carlsen and Niemann right now, he got someone, he plays good chess, but there is some guy out there, he is cheating. And he's telling the world he's one of the best players, but he isn't. And Carlsen just walks out of the room, plays one move, walks out, and doesn't play him anymore. And this is a statement. And this is what Richard has been doing with people who he says they don't have to do anything with me in my ecosystem. End of story.
Yeah, and I'm getting done with it too, because I've been on Twitter and I'm tired of all the crying, especially from the Bitcoin community, the corners, the freaking shills. I'm just
RG3, on behalf of the chat, can you please explain what a T-share is?
Oh, God.
They want to know. They just
I can do
They
that
need to know
in 30
for
seconds,
POW
but not again.
had it with your
for East
t-shirt
Fair.
crap.
They need to know what it is.
It's a share. Just stake. Just stake. You have nothing to worry about.
It's
Yeah,
profit
no,
sharing.
I'm just tired of listening to all the Bitcoiners screaming and crying about things all the time out there, and the crypto people versus going out and making solutions. You know, it's like the bear market has really got them all by the balls, and they're just screaming. You know, they just
Yeah. I'm enjoying
it's
it,
like
though.
go build,
enjoying
go
it.
build, go do something for the crypto space. Well, right now, politics would be a good thing for all of you to start getting into because they're trying to, legislate us out. So get something done.
Yeah.
Hey, blink twice if you're okay, Gen Hex. Yeah. I timed him out. He said you haven't made it on DS till you've been timed out. So
by the way,
make
if
it.
anybody wants to see that stream that Kinetics did, my father passed away. That was when I had to leave Discourse for the first time, and Kinetics took over. That's kind of when he became the man around here.
The
And
Corsair.
the day that I'm gone, like the first stream that I'm gone, I'm out in Colorado. They're like, "Did you see what happened? Did you hear what?" I'm like, "What? Richard got in a fight with good texture." I'm like, "What? Are you kidding me? I'm gone and this happens? Oh no!" And so that's
It was fun.
It's still there. It's still
It
there.
was
You can go
fun.
find
Guys,
the
there's
stream.
a saying in German that says, like the old men are talking about the war.
Say it in
Let's
Latin.
Maybe move over to some new stuff, because this is like getting me it's a bit depressing, because it's like
It's
these things
history.
happen, and it's good to tell people,
Let's
but
change history.
there's more new fun stuff going on out there.
Let's pull down the statues.
So I want to
Hold
say
on,
something
all
about
of
this real quick. RH hasn't been back on DS since. You know why?
Oh wow.
I have left Richard alone. I asked Richard, I said, so when he was launching PulseChain, I said, "Hey Richard, will you come and stream with us?" And he said, when we get ready, how about when we get ready to launch? I said, "Okay, after launch, I'll leave it alone." And then of course the launch never happened. So I've just left Richard alone to work and haven't asked him to come on. But I know I talk to him every now and then. I just talked to him day before yesterday. Yesterday. And he'll come on if I ask him, but I just don't bother him. I don't want to mess with him. So when it's time, he'll come on here. He'll come on here anytime. We just haven't bothered him. So leave him alone.
Oh my
Let him do
goodness.
his thing.
I think what's amazing is we're still doing this. Like, how many streams are out there for how long we've been doing it? I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like, there's still something to talk about 3 years later.
Yeah, and it's the same stuff too. We just keep talking about Hex, and we just keep talking about staking and T-shares and all the stuff that everybody asked me to talk about.
And
all the
different
time.
personalities. The different people just keep showing up out of the woodwork.
Yep.
Well, I think that child or whatever we could call it grew up pretty damn fast.
What is that at
Quick.
Mango Junkies? What are we looking at?
What is that? Here, watch this.
You gotta turn
We'll do
sideways.
this.
Hold on, turn sideways this way.
Crime scene.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, there we go.
It's the crime scene. What the hell is
Man.
that?
It's
Looks
the
like
desk
mini
from the bottom
chocolate,
up.
whatever.
It was the desk from
It's
the
like, what
bottom
was
up.
that?
It was
Zoom in,
down
he's
on the
got
desk you were looking
Zoom in.
up.
He's got a seed phrase written under there.
Yeah, it looked like a crime
Nice.
scene.
That was like Blair Witch right there.
Is that your
Also, the
MetaMask
face was-
password?
Never. Got them locked away. Gonna make a little martini right now.
That means they're in the house.
Hey,
No.
you know what? You know what's been the most interesting thing as time has gone by is how the community is changing and how the different investor class that's coming in now has changed, and the new streamers and how people are thinking versus how we've all thought and how we spoke in the past and the things that we learned and did and what's happening now, because there's different strategies now for people that are coming into Hex right now. It's kind of hard to grasp and speak to it, but I know the new streamers are, because I mean, they're in a different situation than us, you know, and it's interesting to see that happening, which is kind of cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which
And even-
it is, because
yeah.
there's a difference between the streamers and the investors, and the streamers address their investors and try to keep a little piece of the pie of theirs, and so it grows and grows and grows. But maybe we should still try to like navigate the narrative.
Yeah. And that's what like, I like to talk to people about too, is like, just like I said before, is to not think of this as a get rich quick thing, but more so think of this as long-term investing and dealing with staking, because that's when you actually see the gains. Like actually just today when I got out of work this morning, I actually looked at my stakes, and I honestly haven't looked at my stakes in probably almost 3 months. And I was like, oh wow, okay. Like that's the whole point of it, is to set it,
Don't forget it. Don't forget.
But don't forget it too much.
Yeah. Sure. Well, what I'm saying is like glance at it every couple months, every couple weeks, whatever, however you have your stakes set up, whatever it is. Like I'm set long term. It's like my average is like 11 years, so it's like, you know, whatever. So it's like every couple months I can look at mine and see the progress, and then check back on them whenever. And I don't have to wait till a couple years. And then until then, I'm basically just accumulating. And as of right now, I'm basically accumulating, then Quattro Cincoing and doing the whole Icosa thing. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm just locking shit up for fucking Quattro Cinco and then staking Icosa. That's what I'm doing. And that's kind of like the whole repetition dealing behind Icosa, is like, there is no fear behind building a bag, staking it aside Quattro Cinco, selling it to Icosa, and then staking Icosa. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
You know what?
I like this.
Another thing that I've noticed that's happening during this bear market that didn't happen in the bull run. In the bull run, whenever we had a day of high payout, I mean, it was a big, exciting thing. It was like all over the place. We made 5x today. We made 5.5. Guys, we're getting 6.5 hex a day right now, and nobody's saying jack crap. That's what's exciting me when I see what we're getting payouts on every day right now. I mean, we're getting big payouts. We're getting really big payouts, and it's freaking exciting. We should be talking more about that, because all the hex that you're accumulating now is not hex that has to appreciate in size. You're getting that hex now, and when the value goes up, that hex is going to be, 2x, 10x, 5, 20x. It's going to be worth that when you do realize it. I mean,
and everyone that I'm onboarding nowadays, I'm really telling this thing first, because most people that are onboarded in the early days, they came late. They like after a year, they came, man, why didn't you explain me this T-shares thing? Now I got it, right? So this is what I start with in the first place nowadays, because This makes more sense.
I know she got posted
Because-
earlier, but I didn't get to address the queen of Hex Crypto, the original OG Hexican streamer. Serena Alonzi is in the house.
Fantastic.
Good to see you, Serena. I always give her props because she's just amazing to me. She was the first.
Right.
Our first streamer was a woman, and she
RG never forgot us first.
never forget the first. Never forget.
Maybe you guys shouldn't have done the cut between the ladies and the FN Hangout and just stream it through, because it's a little bit,
Bad idea. Go sit in the corner.
Yeah, they have fun. They have fun with their stream.
They do. They have fun without us boys. They
As
don't need
long
us
as
boys
they're
in the
as
way.
long as they're showing up. It's just another stream.
Yeah, it's another
It's
stream.
1x. It's 1x
and-
VS
and-
Syndicate.
There's no reason why women can't come onto this stream either. They can come in here. We've had them in here, but it's nice to have just one stream that is just for the ladies.
Exactly. And my thought was just more giving an
Oh, boy.
incentive.
Oh boy, don't even go there. We're
Why
not
would
going
he
there.
do
Freedom.
that? Why
Both
would he
sides
do
of the
that?
argument. I don't know why they have it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, retirement. The one thing that's been bugging me is retirement. All these guys say they're retired, and I'm always laughing.
Yeah.
You know how much money you need to retire? First of all, Richard's not retired.
Well,
He's
you,
working his
bro,
butt
you
off.
need freaking come on. Not everybody has to retire like you.
I mean, 40 years. You're probably going to have a 40 or 50-year retirement with people living a long time. How much money do you have to have now?
People
to be
can
able
live
to-
off a month of your income for 40 years.
We're talking about prices 50 years from now, right? You got to think how much money you have to have
Double-digit
to
inflation.
afford prices 50 years from now. You can't be retired right now. I don't care who you are. It's like,
You can't.
Yep.
and
you
even
can't.
Richard's not retired because he's working his butt off, right? What does retired mean? Retired means unemployed.
Exactly.
He
Explain
runs
me
his
this
own
word.
business. He runs his own
You know,
business.
it's a
What are you
bad
going to do when
idea.
you're retired? Start working on what you want.
It's a really bad idea to even think
It's
about
work.
it.
It's work.
It's you've got to set yourself up to have passive residual income. That's really retirement. And Kinetics and I have been building things on the background, on the back end of Hex and everything. And those are the things that you need to do in a bear market is go out and build things that you can make money with, and that take you into the future so that you can relax and live in a lifestyle that you want, but not be retired. You should still be taking care of those things, those assets and those properties and those investments that you've made, those businesses that you've built. I wouldn't retire and just say, I'm just going to live off of my Hex gains. There's no way, Kinetics and I have never talked like that. We've always been talking about what can we do next? What can we do next? I want to retire from the schlep job every day that I do, the just over broke thing that I have. That's what I want to retire from. But I want to go out and do fun things with people that I enjoy doing them with, making movies.
That would be
building
my
products.
question, because I'm not a native speaker, and retiring is like, to me, it sounds like just the next step is death or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Retirement, like
Yes, exactly.
it is stopping from a job that you don't want to do. That might be retiring, but I think if you have financial freedom to do what you want, you'll never be retired. Like as I see it, like you always have a job, which is okay. Job.
You're welcome.
You always have a profession. You always have a meaning of life, and you will do things that will make the world a better place. And some people call that work, and some people call stopping work retirement. And this is my problem with the word. So just maybe you.
Versology says 4 million to retire at 30 years. Not enough. 4
No
million is
way.
Not enough.
No way.
Yeah, but what is
no.
retirement? Just
No way.
sit on the
No
beach
way.
and look at the
Prices-
sun?
Maybe with the Fed's numbers, but
Yeah,
not
for
with
prices
way.
inflation.
40 years from
No
now,
way.
you're going to get killed. Milk's going to
No
be
way.
like $400 for a
Right.
quart of milk. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, like I lock my mortgage, and I'm thinking that by the time I end up my mortgage, it'll be like going to McDonald's. It'll cost me the same as my mortgage today. So
I was at the club tonight and I was with a mortgage broker, and these guys are all trying to figure out what they're going to do for a living. It's like, it's so, I mean, it's not funny. It's like, It's dried up.
Don't
it's
forget.
dried up.
Do it. Don't forget.
Yeah.
It's really
Lewis
simple.
III.
It's really
They're
simple.
like getting
Lewis
their
III.
insurance licenses because they're like, well, there's no money in markets. Hey, what do you guys mean? There's always something, but it's just.
I know that
Your
there are many
industry-
people watching. Can any one of you explain me the 24 hours of a typical retired person? What would it look like as a dream version of being
Just watch my
retired?
Instagram stories. In
Yeah,
about
you wake
2
up.
years, when I step away from
Yeah, but
everything,
maybe
you'll see
wrap it up
exactly
for
what
some
I do with
people
my
who are
day.
watching, because
It's gonna
I
detail
really have a
a
problem with it.
lot of hours on my yard. My yard is gonna be the most pristine
Yep.
green grassy yard in the
Yep.
valley, man. I'll tell
He's
you
gonna become
what.
a grass snob, a grass nerd.
That's right. I'm gonna be
My
Yeah,
buddy-
you can play
sipping
golf and
coffee on the
stuff.
front porch,
Sure,
yelling
Yeah.
at the kids, "Get off my
No.
lawn!" That's
My
right.
buddy-
That's-
Play golf.
My buddy's a grass nerd. He's like hardcore into grass. I'm like, Kevin, it's grass. He's like, no. There's all types of grass. I'm
Yes.
like, what are you talking
I have a little
about?
bit too much red fescue inside of my Kentucky bluegrass. We're gonna have to
Yeah,
do something
the
about
Kentucky
that.
Blue.
Yep.
I
Yep.
did that last season. Sod. We lay down sod in his backyard. The Kentucky Blue in New Jersey, they grow good Kentucky Blue, and it was like, dude, my forearm started cramping up. I never lifted so many freaking bales of freaking sod in my life. I'm like, this is insane.
What was that
Did
movie?
for
Let
a
me
long
tell you
time.
this: if you guys put out this retirement coin, I won't gonna want to buy it because I want different things.
Is there a
in the
coin
future.
coming out we don't know about? A retirement coin is.
Yeah.
What are you
No,
talking
it
about?
was an example for like living that life
RTC?
that you
What's a
were
ticker?
like,
Ticker.
what's the best way to spend 24 hours in your day? If you have
Dorsey,
enough financial freedom
everybody
to just
drink.
do what you
Dorsey's
want.
out.
What was that movie that
What did Dorsey do?
Snoop
Drink.
Dogg was
Did I
the
miss
golf
something?
caddy, and he's
missed
telling him, you're 120 yards out, hit a 3-wood. He's like, a 3-wood. He goes, this is that Alabama creeper grass, right? And he does a 3-wood. He looks at it and he goes,
creeper grass.
he
yep.
goes, you know a lot about golf. And
Good
he
one,
goes,
Dorsey.
I know a
Good
lot
one.
about grass. That's great. I know a lot about grass. I know more about grass. But ask us more about retirement, UFO.
Yeah. For me, it's almost like, I don't know the numbers, but it's like, if you're able to have in stable like $10 million and you don't have a family, that seems like okay. Like, I'm 36, so it's like, if you're young and you want to retire, if you don't have like a minimum of like 10 million bucks, it's like, dude, don't even think about it, bro. It's like, keep working, keep
Not
buying.
at 36.
You got like a 70-year.
You'll be
time
back to
horizon.
work when you're 60 trying to find something is what'll happen.
I
Exactly.
You
grew
won't
up-
even make it that
yeah.
long because when you're young, you could spend money a lot better than when you're old. Like
Well-
when I was younger, I could spend money a lot better than I can spend money now.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
grew
hard
up
for me to part.
yeah. I grew up poor, so I'm used to not spending money at all. So it's like,
Yeah,
maybe
but put
like,
10
I don't
million
want,
in the bank and nothing to do. I'll tell
Yeah,
you what happens.
yeah. I'll be walking in the woods and riding my mountain bike. That's what I'll be doing. I can survive on 10
No,
mil.
you won't. You'll be chasing tail is what you're going to be doing.
No. Yeah, I'm the bastard. I'm the bastard in the family. My brother and 2 sisters, we got 10 grandchildren between us. So I'm the bastard who doesn't have any kids. So I'm allowed to do what I want. I'm allowed to do what I want.
Yeah, well, it's why, especially at such a young, at 36. I mean, it's like freaking, you got the whole world in front of you. You got a hex in your bags. I mean, you got life by the balls right now, to be completely honest. And just don't stop doing anything right now.
No. Yeah, like I said, like I plan on working until I'm 50. It's like I still have like 4, unless I become an
I
insane.
mean, find what you love doing. First of all, or make what you love doing,
Yeah. Like
with that kind of money, you can,
Yeah, like
You're
I
gonna
love
live
yeah. I
to
love
be
my job,
100,
so it's like I love my
20
job,
years
so it's
old.
like
He's not lying. He's not lying. My life consists of a nutritionist, 2-3 doctors, supplements up the yin yang,
Is
eating
that where you
right,
find them?
physical
Oh, yeah.
fitness.
Let's
That's all
get
my life consists of. So
what-
yeah,
what-
you're right.
yeah,
I'm not
what-
gonna.
what's your stats been like, Archie? You've been looking fucking sexy, bro. I've been seeing your on your
Don't ever say that to another man on my
Yo,
stream ever
I'll
again.
say it. I'm gonna
Whoop,
say it.
there
I'm
it
gonna
is.
say it. He's been looking ripped, dude. I saw a photo he took on Twitter, and his face was all nice and trim and stuff. Man, look at this motherfucker. He's looking good, son.
Well, I lost 40
Give us an uncomfortable moan.
There's my boy Ross. Been waiting for you,
Oh,
man.
it's been a
Comes
while.
out of the blue with a good one. All those proctology exams. Yes, they do charge extra for the whole fist. So
Well, it's your
Pirate
medical
Dorsey
system.
says.
Come over to Europe. You'll have
Ross wasn't in here 5 minutes. 5 minutes. But yeah, so no, big problems. The captain's back is wrecked. I'm actually, my back is out right now. I threw it out on last Saturday, and this has been the longest that it's been out. Usually it's 3 days, and I'm back up out of bed and going. This has been a whole week, so something's going on, and my neck is wrecked. They're talking surgeries now, so I got the choice of 3 different surgeries to go through. So, yeah, take care of your back, folks. Take care of your back.
Have you ever tried doing any float tank stuff, like sensory deprivation, float tank stuff?
I have done float tank. I've done cryo.
Cool.
And they just did nerve tests. Man, has anybody ever had a freaking nerve test where the needle test?
No.
Holy moly! So they get this needle. It's pretty good size, and they start jamming it. So they're checking out my left arm. They start jamming it into different muscles, and then they go, okay, now we got to wiggle it around. So they start wiggling this thing around, and they go, okay, we found it. Now here it comes, and then they shock you.
Oh my God.
And they go, okay, again. And they do that 3 or 4 times in that muscle. And then they move it, they pull it out, and they stick it into like 12 different times up and down in my hand, like right there in your thumb. It was the most ridiculous shit I've ever gone through. It was like, good God.
So was it just testing, or
they were testing.
Okay.
They're testing to see what kind of nerve damage is going on.
Okay.
I had to have both hands. They put things on the ends of your fingers, and they send electricity from your shoulders down your arms. Before I could get the carpal tunnel surgery, they had to test to see how your nerves, if you had nerve damage or not.
So that's the first test they do. Is they go, okay, we're going to do just the probe test first, where they put the things on your fingers, and then they hit you in different spots, and then they check for the carpal and all that, and then they do the needle test. And we're sorry. The girl kept telling me, I'm sorry, I got to do this to you. I'm like, just shut up and do it. Quit apologizing every time. But it was, that was brutal. But now I've got the main diagnosis and MRIs for the last 10 years. So now I can take them to this. There's some specialist in LA that I think they do stem cell research and stuff. They grind up babies, stick them in a needle, a syringe.
Wow. Oh, God.
Take your arthritis like a man.
Kinetics hates it when I say that. So
yeah, I do too.
Cringe every time.
I'm sure that's not what they do. I just want to get a rise out of it.
That's what they do.
Sandy's. No,
it's the devil.
Dude, Franklin's offering himself to you.
Franklin?
Sandy says, no, they don't. That's not what they do.
Yes,
He
it
says,
is.
Stem cells
Sandy.
are awesome. No, they don't.
You go down to Mexico and Ecuador, that's what they do. That's what they do. Baby farming.
Yes. I'm going to go wherever they find the youngest,
They're
freshest
disgusting me.
No.
specimens. That's where I'm going. That's where my T-shares are going.
I heard it worked, though.
I will EES to grind up the best of the best.
Captain,
Your T-shirts.
if you really want to get ripped, this guy's ripped.
Now, I'll tell you, if there is
Franklin's
anybody's
ripped.
body that I would take, it would definitely be Franklin's. The man is absolutely shredded.
Clip that.
Shredded.
If there's anyone,
How would you like to be black for like a week? I'll take it for the whole time, bro. I'll take it. If I can have your body, I will take it. I don't mind whatsoever.
Minus a sickle cell. I'll be all right. I'll take it.
Yeah. And I will take the tan too.
Sickle cell smack. That's awesome. What else you got?
Poor man Coolio. Poor man. Yo, that sucks, man. Fucking Coolio. Dude, Coolio died so fucking young, man. Like, that's insane, dude. There has to be more to that story, you know.
He had to have been my age, right? In his 50s?
No, he was 60. I think he was 61. I think it was Yeah, I think he was like 61 or 59 or something like that. Yeah.
59.
That was one of the first CDs I ever bought was it wasn't Gangster's Paradise. I forgot the
He was
what even before that.
he was an innovator at his time, man.
Oh yeah,
he was,
dude.
He was
Yeah,
one of the
man.
first kind of like shock guys, you know. He was
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
a
yeah,
shocker
yeah.
at the time.
That was the only two rappers die all the time. But it's like Coolio and DMX. That was like that actually made me feel sad. I'm like, damn man, like shit.
DMX
Coolio
was
and
a hard
DMX,
one.
like
That
shit.
was a hard one.
And he was in
yeah.
Leprechaun 2000 too. Great Leprechaun movie.
Oh, that was the best movie of all time. Should have won some awards.
Leprechaun in the Hood, I think.
Yeah,
Leprechaun
I was
in
gonna
the
say Replica in the Hood, yeah.
All right, so going back to the Franklin selling his black body for the community. here.
Bob Lagai, a bone graft taken from my pelvis a few years ago. The bone bruising caused Lil Bob to turn completely black for a few days. When reparation for lived experience, sir. Bob Lagai, stop it. You know when that happened, you had your bone graft or whatever, and it caused your dick to turn black, that it was twice as big. You enjoyed it and you know it. Bob Lagai.
Trailer? Is that the highest of stakes trailer?
Was that the trailer?
know what I was
That's not the highest of
playing.
stakes trailer? I thought that was the
That's
trailer.
the highest of
Holy
stakes trailer,
shit.
yep.
Oh my god, Bob.
Oh,
dude.
Did you just play something that Bob just shared like randomly? That was like
Oh my god, dude.
You guys are getting canceled.
I know. We
That-
deserve
and
to
that's
be.
the one thing I don't understand is that everybody has been except for us.
What?
You got the
Canceled.
community you deserve.
Oh.
And no one has ever said no medical advice until me. No. So maybe someone should. I don't know.
A moment of silence for Bob.
Yeah, moment of silence for Bob.
When
he's
was that?
probably in
When
the
was that?
chat right now.
What was that? What was
He
that
is.
from? Like when was that?
I don't know, but he's the one that posted the video.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh my god.
That guy's clever, man. He came up with that quick. Just threw that out there.
No, I asked in chat for Bob. Once the wife went black, did she go back?
Yeah.
She's like, "Can we do this? Do it again?"
Oh, brother.
I think this is a good time, Captain.
Is the
Well,
Hex
we
Investment
haven't
Trust gonna do ETH W?
How is it? How is that thing going? How's the investment trust going? How's the investment trust going?
It's going all right. It's
Oh.
we were
It's a bear
really
market.
on track to hit things pretty well, and then the prices dropped 95%. So now we need to raise 95% more money than we did before.
You get your
That's
free.
tough.
You get your free Hex W.
But you know what's good
Yeah.
about it now? If people understood what was going on, if you do have
Now's the time.
now's the time, because if you do have a self-directed IRA account, now's the time to get that turned. You could turn that into Hex right now.
Yeah, you guys hoping your Amazon stock's going to turn around, or do you think Hex will do it first? And do you how many more X's do you think your Hex investment trust units would multiply versus your Amazon stock? So
And lock up more Hex.
Yeah.
and
So I
lock
don't
up more Hex. Yep.
know. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can say or not. But like, is there like a certain number you need to hit?
We need to hit 10
Or else-
million. 10
Yeah,
million
that's-
or 50 investors, and we were doing really well. We were on track.
Uh-huh.
We don't have a whole lot of investors, believe it or not.
Yeah,
It's just-
yeah.
it was just good money, and then it's
So
not
what?
good
So like,
money
what?
anymore.
So,
Thanks for the price.
Again, like if you can say what'll happen if you don't hit that 10 million for a certain, like how does it work? Like if you don't hit 10 million, like what happens?
Well, we'll continue carrying the expenses of the trust as long as we can, or as long as we feel like it's worthwhile to do so. Because there's a lot of administrative costs, man. that
Oh,
go
so
into
it's
that.
like oh,
a lot. You've got annual auditors, you've got fund manager
Oh,
software,
okay.
you've got custodian wallet, like super high end cybersecurity wallet security, because you don't want that money going anywhere.
Yeah.
You got
you'll
you
run.
got You got trust companies out of Delaware that handle all the money and the banking and the escrow, and you've got legal fees from talking to the SEC.
It's not cheap.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was like that was like a cost factor that was in there. Yeah. Okay.
Like our
you don't just get to
annual
run those things
expenses
for free. Yeah, it's a lot.
Our annual expenses are not getting covered yet. Because we only have a 2.5% management fee. So
okay, cool. Well, you keep up the good work. I'll throw another $100 at you guys.
All right, we'll take it.
Every
we'll take
little
it
bit,
we can, man.
Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. That's why we've said, everybody thinks that me and Kinetics are making money hand over fist.
Everything that we've built will eventually
only
benefit Hexicans, but it's costing us money. We've never made a dime off of anything. All it's done is suck us dry like a vampire. So.
Like a freaking.
I have been talking to them legacy finance people for about 2 years, and until they figure out how to, and not like the banks or anything, but just the consultants that do the family offices for the few. It'll take some time to convince them to choose our way. And but we'll have the right.
Let it take them as long as they want, because I know of a family office that's doing this already for Hexicans. So let them take as long as they want.
Good.
We'll be
that's
the
nice.
only.
Yeah,
Mountain Crypto will be the only family office out there offering services to people. And
exactly. No, I'm not telling that. I just said that I talked to some people who are into that, have been into that, and it will take a little more time to just onboard them. And then there will be another phase of pump.
Well, we are talking to we're talking to somebody, and we won't say who.
Oh, that's fine. That's totally fine, because
we may be able to fill this trust up fairly quick and just be able to go straight to market. So
well, yeah, and my thing is I was going to explain to them that they got to go into DeFi without having any tax whatever problems and go through the legislative part.
Yeah.
So that it's going to take some time, and this is why
be nice for people that don't want to manage their own wallets or have it inside of a tax deferred vehicle. And where there's actually it's being proposed by Republican lawmakers right now in Congress that they are going to make it so you can put digital assets in a traditional 401k instead of having to do a self-directed. So it probably won't act on it till after the election, but I'm looking forward to that, because that'd be great, because then we won't have to funnel everything through Rocket Dollar or some of these other self-directed IRAs. You'll be able to just go directly into it. So
yeah. And there's this is US, and there's maybe
in Brisno, that is not who we're talking to. So what's that? Go ahead.
There's a lot of wealth and value that's going to be spread into new ideas and new kinds of storages of value.
Hey, you guys, once this is readily available on a trading desk for retail and institutional players, like, I don't think people understand how fast this was going to move, as long as people are made aware of it. So we don't even plan on taking profit. Someday this Hex Investment Trust will be profitable. And we figure that's going to be a long ways from now, because I see at least the next 5 years, pretty much everything we're going to make after administrative costs and the team is all paid out, because there's people on our team that can't invest in digital assets. They're required through some of their compliance teams that they can't invest in these assets. Once they get paid, we're gonna just roll 100% of any of the profits into grayscale type marketing to make people aware that this is available out there. Okay,
sounds good.
We're excited about it. I mean, it's a lot of work, man. it's a lot of work, and then trying to figure out new mechanics for it, because we're not staking any of it until we go public, just in case. I mean, last thing you want to do is do a 15-year stake, and then we only get halfway funded. It doesn't pay the bills, and we run out of money, and not getting any support from the community. And we just say, well, let's just give everyone back their money. Well, what are you going to do with a 15-year stake? How are you going to give everyone back their money? So we'll wait until we go public to put that mechanism in place. Plus, we think it'll actually be better in the way of getting it approved by the SEC if there's no yield component at the time we go public versus staking it after we go public. So
that's actually an interesting factor that I didn't really think about, because I would have automatically thought that you initially would be staking it for the yield. And this is almost kind of like the conversation I actually had with Don Montoya with KG. I had the conversation with Don in the Hedron chat when he was learning about Hedron. When they were talking about their sacrifice, we were discussing game theory in the Hedron chat, and he basically said how with the sacrifice money, almost in a way how they could utilize sacrifice money to stake Hex and use that as, no, these aren't his exact words because it was a while ago, so I won't, don't quote me on this fucking shit. I'm a fucking retard. But he basically said how it was he can use that as passive income, and then also as well to fund the project. I mean, and then also with how Hedron works is, if you're a speculative investor dealing with Hedron, you can almost use Hedron as a lever to leverage the price of Hedron, because once Hedron price shoots up or whatever it does, you can borrow against it to lever against it to sell, and then play off the bounce from that. We'll just pretend that it goes down. You can leverage against that with borrowing against your HSI stakes, then buy back in lower, yada yada. Which that's a
lot of complicated mechanisms. We'd have to get
yeah.
approved by the SEC, so it's going to be a lot simpler than that.
Yeah,
It's easier to be simple,
yeah.
especially at this end, because this product wasn't made for crypto folks. This product was made for legacy finance folks in the stock.
Yeah, last thing we need to do is confuse everybody.
Yeah,
so,
and another way to onboard that money from the stock market into crypto, into Hex. That was the main plan, and to lock up more Hex. That was. But even so, even so, what you guys are talking about, in my eyes, just as an idiot, in my eyes, Hex is so safe that a trust could just stake Hex for periods. We'll just say, well, for fuck's sake, we'll just say 10 million Hex. You can stake for 60 days at a time, and LP out of that yield in order to gain, whatever it is for that. Is that kind of out of the realm of regulations in order to to qualify, with SEC regulations? Because that seems safe to me. That seems safe to me. It's just getting it approved and all that. That's
Well, we're not doing any liquidity providing at all because of the impermanent loss possibilities there.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's a wise decision.
Too
but
risky.
If you think the SEC has a hard time with understanding a contract paying trustless yield, just wait till you start throwing in DeFi, Uniswap, and trying to set liquidity on V3.
Yeah.
None of trying to explain to these guys is going to be very difficult. So
yeah, but how I look at it as a simpleton, as an idiot, that might actually be a good kind of a precedent to set for the SEC. To be here's this product of cryptocurrency to where you gain trustless. Hang on, there's a train coming by. Hang on. There's loud noises.
It's not so bad.
We can't hear anything.
Yeah,
we can't hear it all.
So it's you could almost use Hex as a trustless yield for a period of, just say we'll do a quarter, so 90 days, 3 months. And you can use, and you can prove to the SEC that through doing LP, you don't hurt or gain from that price to where you can gain extra.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
We know that the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has been approved. We want to offer the exact same thing, different asset, without having to explain the yield component of it.
It's
So
the sunshine
I
of
think,
my life, everybody. Sorry.
Hey,
And,
good to see you again.
and what I would like to add is
that you,
why try
Pop.
to get our stuff into the old system and not get the old system?
No,
into
so
Because
our
that's the way
system?
it's
the point I wanted
Because-
to make,
because,
the point I was making right there, Mango, was that
And I see the
okay. So the point I was making there, Mango, was that we need to slide this by, and if we've got a precedent that's already been set by an existing financial product, we're going that route first. We might do something in the future, make it more complicated, like a DeFi trust or it's probably better off running under a fund versus a trust at that point in time. A trust is designed to hold an asset and then create units of a trust that are tradable on a secondary market. So that doesn't really fit the need or the definition of what a trust is. And like I said, you don't want to create a new product. You want to model it as much after something that's already been approved, so you can look at the SEC and say, hey, these guys have done it and you guys said it was cool, so we're going to do something similar to that. So
but you're only 1/4 of the market in the world, and there's other places where
what the hell are you talking about, Uwe? I don't know what you're even talking about.
My name right. It is awesome,
of the market. What does that even mean?
Fucking up too much stuff. Like, this is why I wouldn't want to be under the legislation of the US, probably, because there is some SEC. I know.
Yeah. Go
back.
tell Klaus Schmidt, you better have my strudel ready when I come over.
Strudel? Have my strudel.
I love you, UFO. No, I'm just being funny.
I do too. Yeah, I'm a quarter kinetics. That's right, Lewis the Third. I'm only a quarter kinetics, but I still qualify. So
UFO, I've noticed something different. There's a Sharpie on the wall.
yeah, what is that a dryer?
Or is that the floor?
No,
Other side. Other side.
Oh no, that is the one that was like Lewis was. No.
Are you going to draw something for us? Draw on your wall.
No, I have these. What are they called? Flip charts. But you have, do you know, flip charts that are electrostatic and just stick to the wall? And you
dry
can put
erase,
the wall, so you can write stuff onto the wall and just make
No
thoughts,
way.
just and not ruin your wall. Which are not the both paintings behind me, but I always have some flip charts pens around. That's all.
And Velcro.
Oh,
No, that was not a Starbucks. That was a homemade cake pop my daughter made me. I saved my calories for tonight so I could have one. She was making them, and I got a hops, Lagunsis hops.
You look
maybe we
puffy
can make
already.
them. There we go. Oh, that thing was so good. I love those things.
Jetpacks.
Oh boy.
Always
Now what?
carry an EpiPen, man. It's nice to have one of those around. Those jellyfish, man, I'll
jellyfish,
tell you what.
All right, I'm out.
You know
You're
what?
out?
Me too. Love you all.
Really? Everybody's leaving.
You're going to miss Toby Wan. He's coming in.
Oh,
he's coming.
I think he wants to just hang out in the green room. I think it's usually asked at the end of the show. So
The shares Excel spreadsheet.
well, I want to
Bank
check out
him.
this Excel spreadsheet. What's up, Monica? Good to see you. Happy
Homo,
Friday.
how you doing?
Toby One is like the Benjamin Button of Hex. Every time I see him, he looks like younger.
Younger?
Than the last one.
yeah,
He
I
does.
know. What is up with that guy?
When he first came in, he was like
Secret.
bearded and, you know.
Yeah. How do we? What's your secret, Toby One? Get in here and tell everybody.
Baby's born.
Beard got second after.
Riz.
He just kind of retired too. But he retired from like a family business or whatever.
yeah.
They sold a family business or something like that. Oh,
He's gonna be doing good. I want to see him have some babies. He got a young girlfriend. I want to see some babies. I want to see some beautiful babies.
what's happening, Toby?
You sound
Hey,
horrible,
what's up,
Toby.
fellas?
I can hear our stream.
Yeah, we can hear everything in the
Yo.
background going on.
Toby's partying, yo. Toby's partying, son.
Hardly. Kinetics nailed it. It's like I was hopping at the end to see what's going on in the green room.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's always fun in the green room.
Oh yeah, unedited.
It's a
That's
better
where-
show.
that's
It's
where I
actually a
talk
better
about
show.
it.
I'm like always
You guys
thinking I
always
should just
cry
tune in.
about. All you guys always cry about Kinetics can't talk about it. Well, that's because you aren't in the green room. So come show your faces, be public in this community, and you get to hear all the good alpha behind the scenes in the green room.
There you go.
Gen X says that you're cooking your chicken in oil of Olay, maybe.
Because of my beautiful complexion.
Yes.
Yeah,
No, I was just saying you're like
your
the Benjamin
baby's
Button
butt
of Hex.
skin.
Every time I see
How
you,
you
look like you're
age
younger.
backwards.
I thank my mother for that. It's the genetics. So, and I also thank her and my dad for my fucked up back. But I need to get RG's secret sauce on that.
Hopefully, if it works, man. So far, no baby's been ground up yet, but coming soon.
Give me some stem
Dead
cells.
babies. They were dead already. Somebody,
There you go.
Killed them all.
Stem cells with a dash of adrenochrome, right?
There. Stem cells are already harvested, but
It's all right,
Well,
Kinetics. Christ will come. Christ will come.
Right? I'm waiting for that day.
Me
No
too.
man knows
Me
the day.
too.
Sorry.
No man knows the
2
day.
days will come. Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of you going.
Whatever
away. I'm
whom
waiting.
will be called will come.
Just
And
want
we'll
to
still be
for all
there.
you
That's
guys
the
who
point.
have the wrong inception of what hell is. You are not going to be drinking beer around the fire pit with your good buddies for eternity. I just want to throw that out there. So
Come on, yeah. But let's go to that other room and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
What the?
All right, guys. Well, it is getting to be that time. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you all next week and Monday, Wednesday,
Is it that time
Friday.
again?
It is that time. It is that time. We'll see you next week.
12:30 EST.